No, this is good. I just met Nate. I was just about to do my introduction because I'm just going to walk around Northwestern today.
That's awesome. You got a nice day for it.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot, man.
It's very
Where
hot.
are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles.
So Nate's from Los Angeles. And what year are you?
I'm a sophomore here.
Sophomore?
Yeah.
That's good, man. So here's what I'm thinking.
Sure.
I'm trying to put together, first of all, do you like Chicago or are you from LA?
I love Chicago. It's great. You can't beat the Midwestern kindness.
It's beautiful, man. Where are you walking?
It's the best. I'm walking home right now.
Can I walk? No, I'm not going to go home with you, but can I walk with you?
Sure, you can walk with me.
Here, let me walk on this side. This is good. So, Nate, you're from LA, you're a sophomore, so you have perspective, man. What was the toughest part of your first year?
I feel like it was hard to put myself out there again. I felt like that was sort of over since high school, and I had to get used to the fact of, trying new things, trying to meet new people.
So you went to, do you want to go, is there a way we can walk,
walk
without going too much, because it gets noisy here. Do you think there's a way to do, a prettier walk? Can we do a prettier walk,
sure.
Nate?
Let's do it.
It's good. Nate's good.
I got a final tomorrow, but I'll give you a few minutes for sure.
So when you tell me you have a final, that means you can't talk to me.
No, it doesn't.
You got more important things. That's what you're telling me.
Exactly.
What's your final in?
It's on War and Peace, the book.
Well,
which is very cool.
Do you even have to read books anymore?
I don't think I have to, but I think I want to.
You want to read?
Yeah.
You want to read? That's nice, man, because you're in charge of your education. And you want to get the value.
That's right. What are you doing at Northwestern? You just going to all the schools?
Nah, man. I live in the Chicago area.
Oh, nice.
I should have come down here a lot sooner. And I really want to. I just want to talk to some students.
That's right. Wow. That's wild. I recognized you.
I found you right away, man.
Yeah.
It's great. Okay, so you came from LA. You're here. Your first year was really hard to put yourself out. What did you mean?
I think so. I think it just takes some level of vulnerability to, try new things, meet new people. I think it's natural to be really self-conscious of how you're presenting yourself when it's a whole new crowd.
For you, were you homesick? Were you lonely? If you can be the more honest you can be, the better.
Sure. I think I was homesick. I think the winter was tough. It doesn't feel like anything I was used to.
Right.
And I really had built up a life I loved at home, but now I feel like I have that here. So I just sort of had to stick it out and find my people and trust the process a little bit.
How long did it take to start to feel like this was your place?
Honestly, I really felt it this year, believe it or not. I think to some extent there were different levels my freshman year, but now this year I feel like I really have my people and awesome support systems and groups that I can really be myself around. Was there a time during your first year where you were disappointed? You're like, this is Northwestern, man. This is supposed to be a certain way and it's not living up to expectations. I think so. I think I was also I sort of ended up having a choice between two schools. Which schools? I almost ended up going to Brown. So you were torn between the two. You got some people recognizing
this dude? This guy.
No, I think he knows you.
Harlan, right? Yeah.
Yes, I watch your stuff. It's great, man.
I'm gonna be coming back this way. I'd love to get your wisdom. I'm just recording stuff today.
Yeah.
I'll hopefully catch up with you.
Absolutely.
All right. All right.
How's it going?
You know these guys?
I know this guy.
How you know that guy?
The goat, just around.
He's just the
He's
goat?
from Turkey.
How did you meet him?
Just friends of friends. That
really?
sort of thing.
Doing activities?
Yeah.
Like what activity?
Gosh, I'm trying to remember where I met him. I'm on the sailing team here, which is awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'd never sailed before coming to Northwestern. Shout out sailors.
Yeah. How did you get involved with that?
It's a cool group. I saw their chalk on the sidewalks around, and I was like, I want to give it a shot.
Nice.
Seems cool to learn to sail on Lake Michigan, and then I just ended up. The sailing's not even for me as much as I thought it would be, but I ended up loving the people. So
it's so funny that you're from LA. I know there's an ocean, but it's not like.
I know. It's
you're
sort of
always
ironic that I did it for the first time here.
Is this where you live?
I actually took you past the house. I'm good to walk back or whatever you want. But.
Okay. I'll be fast with you.
No, sure. All good.
Okay. So you got here, and you were torn between this and Brown, and then you got here, and you were saying it didn't. You're conflicted. I think there's a struggle that comes with having multiple options. You get. Maybe this is just me, but I was sort of looping and comparing, and any time that Northwestern didn't live up to this ideal expectation I had of college, I would tell myself, well, I made the wrong choice, and sort of beat myself up. And I think the shift for me was being like, I had two great choices. I was going to love it either way, and there's so much to love here, and I really feel that now. And
So it's normal to feel uncomfortable your first year.
Absolutely. I think lots of people are. I think everyone likes to pretend like they know what they're doing. They know what's going on. I'm not sure if you've heard that before, but then it sort of clicked for me. Like everyone's kind of scared, trying to figure themselves out, and it's kind of just an act, you know?
Yeah. And how did you make your friends?
Met some awesome people through the sailing team.
Okay.
I'm in a fraternity here, which is I didn't think would be my thing coming into school, but ended up being great. Some really nice kids.
What turned you on the idea of a fraternity?
Meeting the people, I was definitely skeptical of the fraternity as an idea, and here I was like, oh, this is, you know.
Let's go here. It's pretty here.
Sure.
So you got to know the people, and then when you came to Northwestern, did you have a plan on how you were going to make friends?
I can't say I did. I think I just tried to say yes to every opportunity that came my way. You know, if my roommate was going out somewhere, I was like, can I join you?
Yeah.
Hear about some party or something, you just go and show up.
Right. What advice would you give to first year Nate? Like if you could go back in time?
Honestly, I think I did things well in terms of putting myself out there. I just wish I had trusted the process more. I might have saved myself from some difficulty.
What does that mean?
It just means, like I said, there was a lot of sort of looping, questioning if I was doing the right thing. And I think, you know, if you ask around, a good thing about college is that almost everyone loves where they end up, right?
Right.
After some time. I don't know if you'd agree with that, but I think just having faith that things are going to work out allows you to really be yourself and to experiment in a productive
What's that
way.
looping feel like? Because I'm trying to get it, like if somebody watches this and they're feeling the looping, they're like, oh, that's the thing that Nate was talking about. And then is it like you call your parents? Are you thinking of transferring? Like,
yeah. I don't know if it ever came to transferring. I don't know. I guess there's just some anxiety, like, am I doing the right thing? And I think it's never so helpful to really beat yourself up or interrogate how things are going. Just trying to live in the moment. Easier said than done, but having this idea that things are going to work out and this faith in yourself and that, you know, your people are out there, I think that does help.
How much time should someone give it, this kind of ambiguous place of like trying to establish yourself?
That's a good question. You mean before what? How much time before?
Before they panic, before they are like, you know, shit, this is like, this is too long, this is too hard. Because I think a lot of people come to college, especially have had a lot of success, if people at Northwestern, they're not used to feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah. And uncomfortable is part of life, right?
Is that true? Is that an assumption?
It's definitely true. It doesn't go away. I used to always tell myself, oh man, if I could just get into college, then everything's smooth sailing from there. And like, obviously the truth is things keep being difficult, and that's just a part of it. But I don't know if there's ever a purpose in another.
You know this dude too? How do you know that dude?
Just around, you know, some nice people.
So sophomore year, it took you a while. You didn't know any of these people.
I didn't know any of these people.
It's hopeful. So you see Nate, he's like, you know, he knows people. And I know you got to go to your final. We'll walk back. I don't want to keep your final. But on the academic side, all right, it's another thing.
Should we cross?
Yeah. It's
I do have a unique thing I want to share about the academic side.
Yeah, man, that's great.
You won't hear it here a lot.
Okay, please.
One thing about Northwestern, and I think lots of top schools, is there's a real pre-professional culture, which I understand. People feel the pressure to get a real return on their investment.
Yeah.
And I sort of had a hard time where I came in knowing what I was passionate about, what I wanted to learn, and I got thrown off course by seeing all my friends who were doing things just with a career as an end goal.
Okay.
And so my big process last year and this year was sort of, again, having faith that what I want to do has value to it, and, you know, actually following my passions as opposed to doing some arbitrary path I think I'm supposed to. And now I feel like I'm much happier, and you know, I started with history because I loved it, and then I switched to sort of data science and started doing some economics classes, and I was like, you know what, this just isn't what I enjoy.
Right.
And now I'm back on course and really happy about it.
So, like, what does that look like? What's that existential crisis you go through, and how do you find peace?
How do you find peace? It's so hard because, you know, again, like, I came in telling myself I'm not gonna be thrown off by all this career pressure, and it still got to me. I think it's easy to get stressed out, especially in this, you know, competitive environment today. Jobs are sort of hard to come by.
Yeah.
But there's something really rewarding about doing what you care about and knowing that things are going to work out. You know, every time I talk to a wise adult, I never heard someone say you should give up on what you care about because other paths are easier. You know, people seem to do well when they follow what they truly love.
I get really conflicted when people talk about, like, don't follow your passion. I think there's something to be said about follow the things that excite you and make you light up, but be very intentional about surrounding yourself with people who are living those experiences, who've been able to achieve the things that you'd like to achieve.
Right.
So that's not like blind faith. It's like,
yeah,
you have mentors who are living those experiences, and it's that curiosity and relationship that then helps you to get access to the life you want to live.
And you don't want to set yourself up in a way where you are really going to have no opportunities and be unrealistic.
Right.
But I also think, like, I don't know, at Northwestern I've noticed there's you know, people go into consulting, people go into law, medicine, and then, you know, finance more broadly. And it seems like beyond that, people don't think that there's more careers out there. I'm like, look at what you're doing. That's awesome. It's cool to just have an awareness that there's more options out there than the ones that seem, you know, easy.
What do you want to do? What would your dream job be?
I've got a lot of dream jobs at the moment.
Give them, throw them out there.
Let's see. My sister-in-law is working on a CPG. She makes chocolate-covered dates, and she's crushing it. And I'm like, that's awesome.
What's a CPG?
Like a consumer packaged goods. So she's selling it to grocery stores.
Nice.
But I love to cook, so something like that has always really intrigued me. And I'm also really into music. So whether that's on the creative side or the business side, I think that would be an awesome path for me because it really lights me up.
What kind of music?
I've been writing like indie pop songs, sort of Malcolm Todd, and we just had Malcolm Todd play here. I don't know if you've heard of him. But like sort of inspired by people like him. I've been having a lot of fun writing music, and I'm planning to release some music at the end of this summer.
It's exciting. Well, you'll have to tag me, and I could share it.
That's awesome, man.
Check it out. I love when people share their dreams. Last question, Nate. And you'll have to give me your info. I kind of just let these things roll. Sure. Because I don't really edit it. It's much prettier on this side, where we have Lisa's Cafe.
Cross over.
What's where are you going? I don't want to.
I'm gonna go back to my. My
so pretty over here. This is one last thing, Nate. When it comes to academics, I think there are a lot of people who have defined themselves based on their academic excellence, especially at a school like this. Is there a time where you failed, where you struggled, where you had to come to this realization that your value is not your grade?
That's a great question. I think the first thing to say is that, you know, intelligence is overrated and hard work is underrated. I really think that. I think like after a certain baseline, it really just matters how much work you put in. And yeah, last quarter I worked on a history thesis, just something I hadn't done before. And I went in sort of being nervous, and then I was kind of blown away by how underprepared I felt. And, you know, looking around at my peers, I was like, wow, some of these kids are just, you know, I was telling myself they're just prodigies. They're meant to do this, and I can't do it myself. And I sort of just had to remind myself that, you know, I'm really capable, and things are learnable. And I spoke a bunch with different professors. I got their input. You know, I had my parents proofread my thing. It ended up working out really well. And it just sort of instilled this idea in me that I can accomplish what I want to if I just sort of believe in myself and work really hard at it.
When you talk to your professors, that's really awesome. Did you feel like you weren't enough? Did you feel bad about yourself? Like, because sometimes, again, like people who are high achievers don't like to get help because it's vulnerable.
Yeah, it's hard. It's also hard coming to an environment like this where, you know, everyone's a high achiever. And sometimes you can look at people and be like, wow, I can never do what they're doing. But I think that sort of like comparison isn't productive, and actually I now find it sort of inspirational to be like, wow, look how much I can learn from my peer who knows everything about early modern England just off the top of their head. That's pretty awesome.
So asking for help and talking to people who intimidate
teachers
you.
love it when you ask for help. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, totally. That's and it's so lucky that as a college student you get the opportunity to meet really incredible professors. So take that chance and go speak with them, and they'll appreciate it too.
It's awesome. All right, man. I've kept Nate longer. What's your final in?
War and Peace.
Oh, yeah, it's still War and Peace, right?
Yeah.
I talked to you long enough where I forgot what it was.
Only a few thousand pages, yeah.
War and Peace. Send me your stuff. Let's see. Hold on. I'll do this real quickly so I can. Here, do me a favor, dude. If you can, I'm going to keep this rolling in the spirit of keeping this rolling.
That's so funny. I totally recognize you get that a lot now.
You know, I'm lucky because I don't have to be like creepy. Could you put in your I'll follow you on Instagram.
Oh, awesome.
Is that cool?
Yeah, totally.
And I'll tag you and I'll see what I use. I might turn this into like a smaller video. I love the idea of like talking to professors.
No pressure to use anything, by the way. Have you been to Northwestern campus before?
A bunch of times.
Okay, I was gonna say you should walk by the lake, Phil, unless it's too windy. But
I know. I was thinking how pretty it'd be, but I also we'll see how the wind is. But where in LA are you?
I'm in like the Santa Monica area. I went to a high school called Crossroads.
Okay, I've done some work with Brentwood. I've done some work
Does
with.
Reese Witherspoon follow you?
I don't know. Does she?
Okay, it might be a mutual there. It does look crazy.
Wait, so Reese? I don't think Reese actually follows me. I think it's a fake Reese Witherspoon.
Okay.
But let me see. There's a Reese that's always asking me questions about my life, and I ignore it because I don't. Think
I almost want to put
one.
you in touch with my mom, who's a psychiatrist, who's sort of, but she's more focused on. You're focused on college students, right?
So how would I know if Reese follows me?
Let's see, following.
Followers? Wait, it's followers. I should know if Reese.
Honestly, I should know too. I'm not super Instagram.
Are you a big fan of Reese?
Yeah, I just saw that her name popped up when you followed me. So.
It'd be nice if she followed me.
Yeah,
I don't think she does.
Yeah, maybe not.
You know,
can I show you my mom's contact?
Yeah, please.
Or if you
it really hurts to know that Reese. It's kind of embarrassing because Nate was all excited about Reese, and now Reese does not follow me. Well, I'm great with rejection, so I'm okay with that.
Awesome, we love that.
And I'll definitely, I do. I'm writing a book about going from college to career.
Okay, nice.
And I also have a book about risk taking and rejection called Win or Learn. So
she's not big on Instagram yet, but she's working on a second book right now, and she does lots of like if you're ever in the LA area, like lots of cool
always
lectures, things, and stuff
I'll follow
like that.
her. I'm gonna do a screenshot, and if I can help you in any way, my middle son's a music major, music performance.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard. It just feels like no one does what they enjoy anymore. I'm a little cynical in that way, but off the record, the people. It's
on the record.
It's all on the record.
I can't make it off the record.
I don't want to paint with too broad of a brush here, but I get the sense that lots of people who are in the data science and engineering have other things they care about, but they're feeling some pressure, which I understand as well. Look at the baby bunny.
Oh, look at that. Look at a beautiful, Nate is so feeling. He sees a baby bunny and just,
I think everyone would feel that way.
Baby bunnies are cute. I'm obsessed with this idea of curiosity and relationships. Like that is the key. And the more people try to focus on getting a particular outcome, I think the more frustrated they're going to be in the world we live in. And I think especially when you are in an environment where you're used to performing and getting an outcome. It's like one of the things about me is I've never been really academically, I've been an achiever, but it's been an accident. So for me, it's been more about curiosity than it is outcome. And I'm finding that the world that we live in is really about that. And you are a great example of, the conflict of having the intellectual ability to be recognized and to see lots of people on very specific paths where they're being recruited, where they're being wanted. And it's fun to be wanted. And you're picking a path perhaps where it's less about you being wanted and chosen and more about you having to choose.
Sure.
And that's super scary.
That's so true. And it requires some more, you have less short-term certainty in where you're going to end up, which I think is scary in and of itself.
Well, the world we live in now is an uncertain place, and because technology is moving so quickly, a lot of the people who think there's certainty, they're going to be really surprised to discover that it's going to be relationships and curiosity. So.
All right. Well, they know where to find me if that happens.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm so happy. It's really nice to meet you.
It was lovely to meet you. Thanks so much for the conversation.
Yeah. Are you cool with everything we share?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And go check out the lake, Phil, for the camera.
I know it's so beautiful there.
Yeah.
It's a pretty day. All right.
See you, man.
Later. Thank you. All right, so that's Nate. Things started off pretty quickly here. I brought a little towel here. I was talking to my wife because it's so hot today, and I wanted to make sure I don't get too sweaty, but it's going to be impossible not to get sweaty. So it's the end of the semester here, or the end of the quarter, so people are starting to move out, and it looks like they do summer storage. These people are actually moving out. This guy, look at this person is moving out. It looks like they're with a parent, perhaps. They're actually moving out. I wonder what year in school. Hey, what year in, do you mind if I ask you a question? Are you guys very busy? I do a lot of stuff helping college students to navigate change. And it looks like you're leaving. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
It's over?
Yeah.
The end of your first year?
Yeah.
Second year?
Finally.
Oh, congratulations. How did it go? How was it?
It was pretty good. It was definitely very tough, but...
What was the toughest part?
Just like academically, I was so much harder than high school.
Really?
So.
That sucks. Did you fail anything? If you did, I'll be very excited. This is good.
No.
All right. Oh, you didn't fail? Or is that going to be the car ride home where you're like, how do you know this person?
No, I
You related in some way?
yeah, this is my
son.
Oh, great.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean,
Academics.
yeah, pretty much.
That was the thing that threw you the most?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What's your advice if you can go back in time and give? What's your first name?
Camden.
Camden. If you can give first year Camden, who's like arriving here in September, right? If you could be like, hey Camden, this is what you need to know. What would you tell you?
I didn't even know. Like, I feel like I tried as hard as I could. Like, I ended up doing good, but
Did you get help?
I think I would just say like, I think I started going to office hours a little bit more. So I guess that's the thing a lot of people say.
Was that scary going to office hours at first?
No, I just thought like, I mean, I might as well just do like, I'm just doing the homework. Like, I might as well just do it on my own. But I think it like made a difference to like go and
Yeah, that's key. Office hours is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. They made a big impact. What was the hardest part for you, for all the parents? If you're comfortable sharing.
I'm trying to think. Just like worrying about him not being home. You know, it's a different experience for us. Like, he's my first off to college, so I'd say just that not being home, worrying about him every day, like not seeing him at home every night.
Yeah. How often did you talk?
Well,
I'm bad at responding. So.
Yes, I didn't know his schedule always and when he was busy or not, so it would always be a text, and I knew within a day or so I'd hear.
You would wait 2 days to text your mom?
Sometimes, yes.
Camden, that is not okay, man.
But I would see him on my app. I would know he's moving around and going to classes,
Right.
so I'm like, okay, I know he's
still
good.
alive,
So still alive, just alive.
Knew, yes.
Right. So maybe that would be the thing to maybe text your mom more.
Yeah.
Call her back. You're very
Right.
patient.
Yes, I have been very. As I know he's busy with studying hard, so I've been trying to be patient. But
Where are y'all from?
we're just from Joliet.
Okay,
So
very close.
not too far.
Well, it's wonderful. The White Sox are having a really good season this year,
Not too bad.
which is exciting. Well, I appreciate it. So I share this on my social media. So are you cool with all that? It's great. This is like, I love this whole image of you leaving after this first year. It's like exciting. Where were you thinking of going other than Northwestern? Did you have other options?
Maybe just U of I think.
Yeah.
So.
And this turned out great place, man.
Yeah.
Good. All right. That's wonderful. Can I take a picture with you too while we do this with your car in the background? Here, I'm going to keep this rolling.
Okay.
This is so fun. I love that we get to do this. Let's see. Oh, here, we'll do this. The making of the picture. All right, and the takeaway is to call your mom and text.
Call Mom and don't doubt yourself so much.
Don't what?
Doubt himself. He always
You doubt yourself a little bit?
He's hard on himself. He's hard on himself.
Why do you do that, Camden?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know.
It always works out though, right?
Yeah. You know, he always doubts himself how he does, and I'm like, no, you got this, and he got it. He has it.
You got it, man. Did you meet nice people this year?
Yeah. A lot of people I worked with.
Doing what job?
I work at Norris University Center.
Norris University, what a fun place to work. That's like the main student center.
Yeah.
Were you working behind a desk or what were you doing?
We were doing like room setups, so
Nice.
honestly that was like a big thing coming here.
Right.
It's like the work was a lot easier than when I was doing back home.
Right, so the job, you got a job,
So, yeah.
and you're able to handle your grades, you got paid,
Yeah.
and life is good, and you're coming back here.
Yeah.
And what's your major?
Electrical engineering.
Very easy. You could do that in my sleep. No, it's brutal, man. All right, I'm Harlan Cohen, and my stuff is at Harlan Cohen.
What is it again? Tell me again.
Harlan Cohen,
Okay.
Harlancohen. And
Okay.
I'm gonna keep. This is good stuff. I'm gonna make a shorter video.
I feel like I've seen you
calling them
around.
up.
I feel like I've seen your face somewhere.
I do tons of social media, and I have like a pretty wide following. And I wrote a book called The Naked Roommate and 107 Other Issues You Might Run Into in College, and a bunch of other books.
Okay.
So,
All
anyway,
right. Well, thank you.
it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you. What was your name?
Sherry.
Sherry.
Nice
Thank you
to
so
meet you.
much.
Yes.
All right. So then you're just packing everything. This is easy. All right. Well, thanks, Camden. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you both. All right. So people are leaving. It's nice. You get to see like parents. It's like a whole thing, you know. It's like this is all very real. This is in the moment. People ending their school year. Some people doing some jobs. Look, there they go. They go in there. I just love I love the moment, like the real moments, because you can't even like stage those things. It's like, would that be funny if you found out this was all staged? It wasn't. And look at that, they leave all their stuff in their trunk. I could take the stuff out of their trunk if I wanted to, and they would have no idea. And they left the car running. I could take the car and take the stuff. Do you think I should do that just as like a fun, practical joke? Park the car somewhere else? I'm not gonna do that. Oh, that's funny. All right, we gotta talk to some more people. I told my wife I was gonna try not to sweat too much. Oh wait, I think this is this dude that I saw before who recognized me. This is good. Hey, are you the guy who... Cool, man. Do you have a second?
Be my friends, but I wanted to come. I genuinely came back out of the library to look for you because like I'm a first-year student.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was really good.
What's your name?
Jerry.
Jerry? Where are you from?
I'm from Michigan.
Michigan. All right, so Jerry from Michigan. What helped you the most? Like, what's something I shared that helped you the most, or something you just didn't expect that helped you?
Yeah, I think for me definitely it was like when I think about all these different things and like
what things?
When I think about like, I guess the biggest thing you said that helped me was that like just to, like kind of calm down and relax. Like every topic you talk about, like I feel like at the end of the day you say like that like there's time and these things like they aren't instant, they aren't immediate, and like it's going to be like okay. And so like I feel like sometimes I know at least for me, like when you don't know something and it's like unexpected, that's the scary part. It's not like the actual like content of the thing, it's the fact that it's unexpected and you don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
And so like that message of like relaxing with like that uncertainty is like that was the biggest thing for me.
That's cool.
So I came back even like from there just to like say thank you. Like I really appreciate
that's
that.
really meaningful.
Yeah.
That's so nice. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's I do this because I love helping and to actually see people. Like it's very meaningful. What was something that was really hard to handle this year that you had to remind yourself you're going to be okay? A specific situation? Is there one in particular reflecting on the year?
I think, okay, for me, my family is like the biggest thing in my life, right? Yeah. And so, like, I grew up and, I have like a really strong relationship with my mom and my siblings. And
are you the oldest?
I'm the youngest.
The youngest.
I'm the baby of the family. Yeah. Okay. And so that for me, like I always have to remind myself when I'm here. Yeah. Like sometimes, especially when it's like there's stressful things, it's difficult. I have to remind myself that like I'm here like for a reason. Like this is what I want, and that like my family is supporting me even from a distance, even when like I can't really like fully feel that in the moment. Yeah. Like I have to make myself reminded of it, because otherwise it's just like I don't know. It's easy to get a bit like disconnected.
Yeah. Homesick.
Homesick. Yeah.
You miss them?
I do, yeah. I'm gonna see my mom tomorrow, and it's really exciting.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. That's so great, man. How'd you do academically?
I felt really good. I mean, my school, I'm so grateful that I felt like I always got a very strong background, and I felt like I had such good teachers growing up. Yeah. And so
what high school?
I went to Grand Rapids Christian High School.
Grand Rapids Christian High School gets a shout out from Jerry. You did a really good job. Yeah. What'd they do? What was the best thing they did that prepared you?
I mean, they taught me how to write. That was the biggest thing.
You actually write?
Yeah. And so like,
do you use a lot of AI to help write?
Not really.
You just use your head?
I try to. Yeah.
Right. That's good.
And so I think that like that background, because like since I've been here, I've had to write more than I ever had before. Really? And at first it was like kind of daunting, because like I'd never had that tight of like a deadline. Yeah. But like I just had the confidence like it's more of like a confidence thing than like an actual ability thing. Like just be able to like start the process and work through the whole thing. All
right, speed round. I'm gonna do a speed round. So your friends are waiting. So your friends who are there, how did you meet your friends? Where did you meet them on campus? Like activity, places?
Yeah, I mean like my friends, I met them. I play rugby for the club rugby team here.
You had to try out for that?
Yeah, but it's not like a cuts thing.
Okay. Yeah. So rugby friends.
Rugby, but also like during there's like a Wildcat Welcome Week. I met a lot of my good friends like through the first days, and like friends of friends, and then in class as well. Like it's just like when you go through the same thing.
For projects?
Yeah.
And professor, is there one or two professors that stand out from this year that you like formed a nice connection with?
100%.
Who?
Professor Yarnoff.
Professor Yarnoff. I don't know. Well, who's Professor Yarnoff? What is Professor Yarnoff?
He was my freshman seminar teacher.
Yeah.
He's like an English teacher. He's in the writing program.
What was so great about him?
Well, because he like, you can tell when like a professor genuinely cares about his students.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the best feeling in the world because you can tell that like they're invested in you not only as like their job, but like as you're like a person. Like they want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
That's a really good feeling, especially what I was talking about with like when you feel like you're away from home and like when you feel like, I don't know, you feel a little bit uncertain. Like someone else having confidence in you and someone else like really believing in you, that makes all the difference.
You talked to him about personal stuff outside of the classroom?
Yeah, I mean like I had to make a big decision. I'm studying abroad in the summer, and then also I was gonna study abroad next fall.
Okay.
So I had this huge decision to make, and I like committed to it and everything. But then I got into a program here, and it was like a cohort program, and they
What program?
It was called Brady Scholars.
Okay.
And they were it was gonna be really difficult for me to be in that program and study abroad at this time.
Okay.
And so I had a decision to make, either to keep my study abroad plan or to defer my study abroad a whole year and do this cohort program that I really had wanted to do.
Right.
And I went to him. I didn't know like who else to go to, and I was like,
Was that weird to go to him, or was
no,
it just
not
like?
at all, not at all. And
Did you go to him during office hours? You walk up to him after class?
yeah, I just emailed him.
Email, because like
and-
people don't know how to do this.
Yeah, and like, and obviously I feel like that's the biggest thing is like, it does take a little bit of a leap of faith to like reach out to a professor because they're kind of like way up here, you know.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
But they're so invested in you as like a person. Like I think that's something that I didn't really realize, like that they would actually like feel that way, and I was so grateful he gave me such good advice.
But you had to be the one to take the initiative. Like if you didn't talk to him, he wouldn't have just found you and be like, Jerry, what's going on?
Yeah, no,
right?
Definitely.
Like that's where it takes a lot of effort, and it's scary.
Yeah.
Like that's why I hope people do that. And what was his advice?
Well, he told me that I should understand my options and like try to communicate really well with both the study abroad people and the program people.
Right.
And I think what he emphasized was just like understanding like my values and like what I actually wanted the outcome to be, and to just prioritize communication over everything.
Yeah. And what did you decide?
I decided to defer the study abroad a year, and I decided to do the program, even though it's like a philosophy program, and I'm not a philosophy major, but
you're pushing yourself, you're stretching yourself. That's great. I love it. That's such a great story. All right, man. I don't want to keep you anymore.
No, absolutely.
Can I take a picture of the two of us?
Of course.
I'll keep this here. I'm going to do it through here because I got my phone, and I'll share these. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you want to, I could tag you. And I don't know if you're. Do you want me to tag you if I share anything?
Yeah, sure.
Cool, dude. All right. Let me just do this, and then hold on. Let me get a new note here, and you could just put your. Just put your stuff in here, all right? And then, and this is Jerry. He's gonna be a sophomore, and what a good year, man! I love it. It's so fun. When are you going home?
I'm not going home. I'm actually going straight to Germany.
Going to Germany? What are you doing in Germany?
I'm studying abroad.
So you didn't defer studying abroad?
I was gonna do 2 in a row though. I was gonna do summer and fall.
Right.
I'm just doing the summer here, and then next year.
It's a lot. You're just leaving.
Yeah.
You want to get out of here. Why do you want to go? It's so nice.
No, I don't want to go. But I used to be an exchange student in Germany, and so I'm going back to continue my education there.
And there's Nate.
We meet again.
It's Nate. It's like there's 2 people on the whole campus, and I get to see you both.
Hey, it's great to see you again.
Do you know Jerry?
I do not. How's it going, Jerry?
Jerry, you got to know Jerry. Jerry's a good guy.
You what grade are you in, Jerry?
I'm a freshman.
Nice to meet you. I'm a sophomore.
What's that scholar program you're doing this year?
Brady Scholars.
I don't know if you heard of Brady Scholars.
Shout out Sanders Scholars too.
Are you a Sanders scholar?
I was last quarter, yeah.
A lot of scholars. He's going to Germany, and then he'll be back. But he's a really good guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really interesting.
I'm sure I'll see you around. Nice to meet you.
I'm glad I could get you 2 to know each other.
Yeah.
Is that your stuff here?
That's my stuff.
All right, cool, man. It was really nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk around, and if you see me again, say hi. And
and I mean, I know like at the end of the day, like that you're the guy who's like here to like inspire other people. But I like even the reason that I was like, it was so hot outside. I was like, I didn't want to go back outside. But I was like, I have to go back outside because I have to tell this guy like that as much as he's inspiring like other people, like I want you to know as well that like you're inspiring other people, and what you're doing is like really important and really impactful.
Wow,
like when I was even thinking about coming to college, like my mom has always cared the most about my education, so like it was always like a really exciting thing for me. Like I've been so grateful and so absolutely blessed in my life to have like this support system that cares about my education.
Yeah.
And it really pushes me and is proud of me no matter what.
Right.
That's the most important thing. But it is still like something where you wonder about all these things in your head, especially when you have like a really good thing back home and you're leaving it, and you have to kind of like push yourself a little bit. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
And
a lot of it. That should be a real word, a lot of it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And so, yeah, and I saw like so many of your videos just talking about like walking through these steps of the process and getting to this conclusion that like these things are necessary like for growth, and that they're going to be like just fine.
Yeah.
And that was so important. So I wanted to tell you that,
dude, that's
like the work that you do is important and it has an impact on other people, because I think that's important to hear. I think that when you're doing something that's like a service-based thing and it's like helping other people, you don't always hear from other people directly, articulated directly, like how much of a meaningful impact they had. And so I wanted you to hear that as well.
Wow. Well, that is like it's very hard for me to hear kind words. And like it really, that's like, I feel like it's like the most wonderful gift to, you know, just our paths cross. You're a very generous person, and you make people feel very good. And you are going to create a lot of light in your world, and however I can continue to help, you know, I want to help. I love doing it, and it's hard. So everybody knows it's hard, and you just keep taking a step forward, and you trust. That's the, you know, Nate was like, you gotta trust the process, and the process is change is hard. You know, and you're like getting to be a pro at it.
For sure.
That's great. Well, thanks for the gift of I really appreciate it, man. And if I could send 100%. You a book or something, I got your stuff here. So I want to do something for you. So whenever people say so nice, you know, I really appreciate whatever I can do for you.
Well, whatever you've already given.
All right. Well, we both want to give each other. All right. I'm gonna keep rolling.
100%.
Thanks, man. Congratulations on everything. Congratulations.
I just wanted to say I'm such a big fan of your videos.
Oh my gosh, this is like so nice. Yeah, are you cool being on camera? Because I'm like just doing a walk and talk kind of.
Cool.
Yeah.
My sisters and I like save all of them and send them to each other. We're all in college. So, yeah.
Your sisters, like your sisters at home, or like your friend's sister? Like,
my sister's from
like
home.
sorority sister.
But I do have those too.
Okay. So are they younger sisters, older sisters?
I have a twin sister and a twin that just older sister that just graduated.
A twin. And what year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
Okay. So does your twin go here?
She goes to the University of Michigan.
Okay. Was that hard to separate from your twin?
No.
You're like
no.
Well, every twin's a different story.
I think it was nice to kind of like build our own identities.
Yeah.
But I definitely miss like having people that know who she is as well.
Right. So this is your sophomore year? Or
yes.
So you finished your sophomore year. Mm-hmm. What's your first name?
I'm Sierra.
This is Sierra. Okay. First of all, thanks for saying all those nice things. I have such a hard time when people are so like nice to me. It's the weirdest thing, because it's just like I don't know. I am so grateful. So Sierra.
Yes.
So you came to Northwestern last year.
Yes.
If you could go back in time and give you a tip, something that you were worried about that maybe some other graduating seniors thinking about that you've been through, is there something that comes to mind?
I would say, I think this is in one of your videos actually.
Yeah.
I was very caught up on the idea of like my freshman friends need to be my friends for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I kind of got like rose-tinted glasses, and we ended up not being a good fit for each other, and I'm just so much happier where I am now, and like understanding that you're gonna meet people like throughout this 4 years, and like your friends will change nothing.
Yeah, that is such a hard thing to get here, and to, you know, they're temporary friends. And you know, when you don't have friends, did you have friends when you came here?
Like a couple of people from home came with me, but not really.
So you meet these people and you hang out with them for a while, and then tell me about the part where you recognize, like, you know, maybe these aren't my people, and how do you then find your people? Because you're in a great place, but the time from when you have that realization to, you know, feeling the sense of relief, explain that part.
I would say, this sounds cliche, but like a lot of my closest friends came from my sorority, which is kind of the point of joining a sorority, but I didn't expect it to be that way. I kind of rushed because they have a really nice house, and I had a couple of friends in the sorority, but now just like being with them in like close proximity and eating every meal together, we like just really clicked.
Okay. So the recruitment process, you know, a lot of people are very intimidated, especially people, you know, it's interesting because you're like, you want friends and you met these people who are your friends, but then you go through this other process and it's being judged. Like that's the idea, like recruitment could be really hard. What's your advice for someone going through that, especially someone who, it doesn't sound like you were like, you know, sorority, yay.
I would say the house I ended up at is where I feel the most myself.
Yeah.
It's not the house that I wanted while I was rushing.
Right.
But when I got in, I was like, wait, my conversations there were the most genuine. Like I feel fine walking downstairs in my pajamas and like crying on the couch to one of my sorority sisters. And like, that's what I wanted out of a sorority ultimately. And that's what I found. So just like being authentic, trying new things. Like.
So what about, you're going through the process and a lot of times you rank the different sororities based on what you want, and then the sororities will rank the people who are going through recruitment, and then if there's not a match, you end up getting, is it cut? Do they say like cut from it? What language do they use?
It's like dropped from a particular house.
Right, so did that hurt your feelings?
A little bit. It was kind of like, I know I wasn't a huge fan of the sorority, but why didn't you like me?
Right.
But I think you have to realize at the end of the day, like, there are so many people rushing, and I hate to say it, but you are just a number, and like it's really not personal. It's not as personal as you think it is.
Right.
As someone who's been on the other side of rush now.
And it's very hard to go through that.
Really
so you
hard.
got through that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you found your friends.
Found my friends.
And is there anything else like academics? Because I know going to a place like Northwestern, which is beautiful, competitive, people who are used to achieving, like how do you deal with rejection and struggling?
Yeah, I started as a bio major.
Ooh.
I took Gen Chem, did not like it. I was never pre-med, but failing Gen Chem or almost failing Gen Chem was kind of a big wake-up call for me.
So you got like, let's just sit in this for a sec if you're cool with this. So you got like a D?
I got a C minus.
C minus. And how many C minuses had you gotten prior to
None,
this?
ever.
Right, was this your first quarter?
First quarter.
So that is like, I mean, how do you process that?
It was really hard at first, like admitting that I wasn't as smart as I thought I was, or wasn't as good at
But that's like not even, but the thing is, it's like those classes though, just make sure, those classes, so make sure, it's like, I was talking to someone who runs like a really intense program, and they were saying the way that they teach is different than the APs, and it's really not about your intellect, it's really about how you learn and managing everything else.
I think the most important thing that I realized in that is even if I did really well in that class, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. I think my takeaway from Gen Chem was I struggled through it, but it wasn't like I wanted to learn the material, I just wasn't interested in it, so I ended up switching my major after that.
What's
and now
your major
I'm global health.
Global health?
Yeah.
And you still take hard classes?
And I'm so much happier in it.
Right, so that's another thing, Sierra. It's like, how do you know when a class is hard and you're miserable taking a class, and that and distinguishing between, do I not like this topic, or do I not like that it's so hard and I'm getting a C minus?
Yeah,
like,
that was a really big realization for me, honestly. So related, I did ballet all throughout high school.
Okay.
I came here and I joined the rugby team.
Really?
Best decision I've ever made.
Okay. Do you use your ballet on the field?
Not really.
Well, you could, like, I would imagine, like, when someone's
theory.
like trying to tackle you, right?
Yeah.
Is it flag or tackle?
Tackle.
Right. So like you could use a move.
Yeah.
Like a pirouette out. I don't know. It's only ballet word.
But I realized I enjoyed rugby even though I wasn't good at it.
So you sucked and you joined.
I
it.
sucked,
How did you get
but
the
I
courage
liked
to do
it.
that?
Just wanted to try something new. I honestly just wanted to own a pair of cleats. If that makes
Really?
sense.
And then did you go by yourself to the meeting?
Yeah, and then I met my friends there. Now they're some of my best friends.
Right. That's a huge thing.
But it was different from Gen Chem in the sense that I was bad at both of them, but I still liked rugby, and I still wanted to be better at rugby. I didn't want to be any better at Gen Chem.
Right.
Because it wasn't for me. So that's kind of how that made that.
That is such a big distinction, and I think it's really, and I always wonder with high achievers who don't know how to get C minuses, but it's more than the grade. It's that you just don't love it, and now you're happy with your major, and your life is good. And your places, you've got rugby, you've got your sorority. So I talk about places where you have your people. Do you have a third place?
Rugby, my sorority. Honestly, this sounds really cheesy, but all of Northwestern, like the community here is just. I feel like I could go to lunch with anyone and like have something in common.
Like her, you two can go to lunch.
Sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could. Yeah. Now what we do is we ask her to go to lunch.
Yeah.
And we all hang out for the next
and
hour.
we all hang out.
And we see what you have in common. No, I'm gonna let you go. You're very generous. I really appreciate you being. I'm trying so hard to like walk around campus, and there's all these people who like. Oh, I love it. Tell your mom hello if you have a sec. Yeah, if you have a sec, we can visit. Can I
take a picture with you too?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I take a picture? This is fun. Okay, so let me do one this way, and I just let this roll. Are you cool with this video just being? Yeah. All right, so here, let's do it this way, and then this is Sierra's So Wonderful, and this is such a good conversation. If there's anything else you think of, I'm writing a book about going from college to career.
Wow. So
I'm really gonna need help with that.
Yes.
So let's do this. Okay. Cool. And
I'll
then
take one of my phones.
Yeah. So we're doing this. That's a nice picture. If you want, I can tag you in some stuff.
Love that.
And legit, like if I can help you in any way, let me know, because I really, genuinely would love to, help and support you and whatever. Do you have a dream job in mind?
I want to do public health research.
Public health research. We need a lot of that.
What am I writing?
Just your Instagram or wherever you want me to follow you or tag you.
Oh my gosh, that would be a dream.
Yeah, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to post this on as like a podcast, and then pull different clips. And it was really great. Thanks for like sharing that you like about your bad grade. Seriously, like you are so comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And like most people would be like, wait, a C-, that's like, or barely failing. And I have one question about that. And then, did you get help at any point?
I went to office hours and I went to an academic advisor, but it was like very late in the quarter that I started doing that, so it was like kind of hard to.
Do you get help sooner now when you have trouble?
I don't really have trouble anymore, but I would, yeah.
I'll give you one bit of advice. Even if you know what you're doing, this is one of my favorite things, is when you like 2 of the 6 factors when it comes to like career success is relationships with professors. And even if you don't, the problem is when you don't get things wrong, you don't have a reason to talk to people. And one of the things I've learned is going to office hours or teaching in an academic resource center or finding a way to ask questions about things outside the classroom. It's like, because relationships and curiosity, those are the 2 things in this book that I'm seeing like really separate people. So
I have curiosity. I gotta get the relationships.
Got to talk to people. Every quarter, the rule is every quarter have a professor who you have some sort of like connection with.
Okay, I'll do that.
And then you'll be gold. All right.
Thank you so much. It was so nice
wonderful to meet you.
I'm gonna send this picture to my sisters, and they're going to freak out.
Tell them I say hi. What is your sister's names?
Sabrina and Sydney.
Hi, Sabrina and Sydney. Maybe I'll see you on campus somewhere. So hey, thanks for waiting a sec. So I'm like shot out of a cannon. My energy is not matching yours right now, so I'm like, take it down. Like 5 notches. So your mom sends you my videos.
Yes.
That's great. Are they helpful or is it annoying?
I think they're helpful.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Do you mind being on camera here?
No, for sure.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Great. What's your name?
Emma.
Emma. I'm Harlan.
Nice to meet you.
I don't know if you're familiar.
I am
you
not.
You don't seem familiar.
I am not, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. And then your name?
I'm Ellen.
And you're Ellen.
Yes.
And then the 2 of you, do you know each other pretty well?
We're neighbors. Yeah.
You're neighbors. Mm-hmm. And did you become friends?
We did.
So you started off as neighbors and became friends. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. And are you going to continue to be neighbors next year?
No, we are not. We just came from a house tour though, so we're living together our junior year.
Wait, that's bizarre. Because you just finished your first year, right?
Yes, we did.
So you finished your first year, but you already have living arrangements for junior year?
Yes.
We're working on it.
We're trying.
Is that a normal thing?
Yeah, at Northwestern, if you want to get a house instead of an apartment, the leases usually go like spring of your freshman year.
So you have to. That's intense.
Yes.
Okay, so
yes,
Emma,
yes.
right? And then it's and
Ellen.
Ellen, easy, 2 E's. Okay. So what was the hardest? If you have a second.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you finished your first year. Did you finish all your finals?
I still have an essay to write, but I finished my last in-person final today.
Congratulations, it's very exciting. How about you?
Me as well. I have a final report to write, but
okay. And then where are you from?
I'm from California.
Where in California?
Bay Area.
Bay Area. Okay, I've done a bunch of work up there. And then where are you from?
I'm from Naperville, Illinois, so about an hour away.
I've known Naperville.
Yes.
Naperville's what's for source books. I wrote a book called The Naked Roommate.
Awesome.
And 107 other issues my parents went to college. Okay, so Emma and Ella. Ellen.
Yes.
Being so close. So what was the hardest thing, the most unexpected thing that you've dealt with? Could be anything. Could be friendship, could be parties, could be academics. What's something that comes to mind that was like one of the hardest days?
I think the hardest day, definitely the winter quarter was the hardest time for me, just with the weather. We had a really cold time here in Evanston where it was like below 0 for like a couple weeks straight, and it was just so hard when you can't get out of your dorm. I think the hardest thing for me as an only child was probably living with a roommate and getting used to that and being around so many people. Our dorm is very social.
This is the dorm?
Yes.
This is Sargent Hall. What's the reputation of this dorm?
People don't like it.
Not the nicest dorm. We love Sargent.
They think it's bad, but we really like it.
Yes.
You learned to love it?
Yes. We have no AC. That was another hard part of our year.
Bad.
It's pretty hot in there right now.
Well, in the winter, you know, when it's below 0, that's perfect.
Yes. Well, our heat broke in the winter, unfortunately.
Okay, all right.
But,
so living with a roommate. So this is great because I have not given a lot of roommate advice.
Yes.
And as an only child going in that situation, what were you concerned about and how did it play out?
I think I was concerned about just like having time to decompress. I feel like I'm a pretty introverted person, and it was hard to just like when I go to sleep have somebody be there and deal with my roommate's sleep schedule. But I think it played out pretty well. I think I definitely grew a lot as a person. I would like consider myself as a person who wouldn't be able to live with another person at the beginning of the year, but now I feel like I chose to live in a double over a single next year. So
wow, what changed?
I think that it's just really helped with my mental health to have somebody kind of always being there holding me accountable, especially like in the winter when school was getting very serious, just to make sure that I'm not sitting there in my bed like on my phone all day, just knowing that somebody else is there, or staying up till 3 a.m. or something.
Are you friends with your roommate?
Yes, I am.
Did you plan to be friends?
Yes, I really hoped to be friends with my roommate. We met on Instagram.
And it turned out. You were going to say something else, I interrupted, and I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Sorry you're being attacked. I know.
Oh, ladybug. Anything you're good.
Oh, it's a ladybug. It wanted to...
I'll let it hang out.
Yeah, it wants to be with you. It wasn't trying to hurt. So the friendship thing, because I talk about roommates and I'm like, hey, friendship is a bonus. And you mentioned something really interesting, like you wanted to decompress when you go to your room. And if you are friends with a roommate, there's this expectation that you have to engage in some way. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I think that definitely, I am friends with my roommate. I think that I kind of had an expectation that I was gonna like click with my roommate from day one and we were gonna be soulmates, and like that was not the case, I think. But I think...
Wait, hold on. Is that all your Monster? Is this... This is yours? This is yours? You have 2 cases?
I don't drink these.
This is not yours. You're in denial.
They're mine, but I don't drink. Do you want one?
You're in denial. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, that's so funny. You just have these?
He got them from work, I guess.
Oh, you got them from work. They gave.
At work.
Oh, I thought you were like had an energy drink problem. I was so excited to hear about this. This is why you didn't text your mom, because you were always like, strung out on drinks.
I should not.
All right. Anyway, thanks. Sorry to interrupt, but we talked before, and I couldn't help but see those cases of Monster. That is a lot of Monster. He doesn't even like it.
Yeah.
He could have made so many other friends throughout the year, just walking through the halls with his sergeant.
I think worked.
Wouldn't that be cool to like walk around with your Monster drink? Okay. So, I'm so sorry because you have all the attention, but he caught my eye with that ridiculous haul of Monster drink. Okay. So the friendship piece, the expectation and dealing with that.
I think there's a way to be friends with your roommate and still have your own personal lives and not need to be having a deep conversation with them every single night. Just a way to kind of peacefully coexist with someone that I didn't foresee. I think a lot of my older friends who were already in college when I got to college, like one of my best friends is living with her freshman year roommate all 4 years, a very inseparable duo, and I guess I just kind of had an expectation that in order to be friends with your roommate, you needed to have that kind of relationship. But I'm not going to be living with my roommate next year. But we're still like very close friends, and it's going to be great.
I think the hardest part, did you live with a friend?
Yes, I do. I'm really good friends with my roommate as well.
So it worked out.
We're friends with her.
We're all friends with each other as roommates, and
that really worked out.
Yes.
It's just this idea of being in a space with someone without having to talk.
For sure.
And the expectation of being with someone who you don't have a history with, because it really is like a temporary friend until you go through things. So in terms of like confrontations and dealing with difficult situations, because as an only child you probably get, you know, pretty triggered.
Yeah.
I'm just making stuff up. Is that like true though? Like, how did you deal with like your space and all that stuff? Communicating.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, my roommate and I kind of had a difficult patch because we were both auditioning for dance groups, and there was just some tension within that with auditioning for
Were you competing against each other?
Yeah, we were at some point. And that was also like during the first month of school.
Yeah.
We didn't know each other very well, so it was just kind of a very awkward situation for a while. But I think that when I was looking for different roommates on Instagram, I really tried to prioritize someone who I felt was like a very, I mean, it's so hard to tell from just like DMing somebody, but my roommate is such like a kind and like genuinely supportive person.
Right.
And I think it was so easy to like eventually get through that rough patch because...
How'd you get through it? Did you talk about it? Did you say like, I sense there's some like, you know...
Yeah, we did talk about it a little bit. It was, honestly, it was just such an awkward situation for a couple weeks there, but I think she eventually found the clubs that, I think we just all kind of settled into our roles in college by the end of like the first couple months of school, and that just helped so much more.
It could have totally gone the other way though. That's what I'm trying to like work through that part of like people who get to that point of tension, because there's the new factor and everyone's on their best behavior.
Yeah.
But then like shit gets real.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I need my people in places. And then like, how did you have uncomfortable conversations? Or did you initiate it, or did your roommate initiate it?
I'm trying to think. I think my roommate initiated it.
Okay.
The most uncomfortable conversation we had was probably David had posted that I'd gotten a position in the dance group, and then I walked into the room and she was crying, and it was just so horrible because I knew it was because of something I was involved with, but she just like, we just like hugged it out for a long time. I think that was helpful. I spent a lot of time that week just trying to give her space, I think, and trying to be, I don't know, trying to keep that part of my life like away from our relationship, because I knew it was just very hard for her to like hear me talking about it and stuff, just trying to find other friends that could be my outlet talking about that group.
Yeah, so you found other friends, you gave each other space, you worked through uncomfortable situations. I'm not gonna keep you much longer because the bugs are like annoying. I know.
But no, it's so good, it's so good.
Okay, so what was your hardest day?
Oof.
And if you've had multiple hard days, that's great.
I don't know. I had a really tough time with chemistry.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, I was taking Gen Chem, so like Chem 151. And it was a really, really, really hard class. And for me, it wasn't so much doing badly in it, but like, or like not doing as well as I was like wanting to do, but more like, I just like didn't, especially put a lot of work in and not really see the effects kind of come out.
It's the worst.
Because it was like, it was a very common experience for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like, I'd be studying for like hours and hours and hours, and it just didn't feel like it was doing anything.
Right.
And that was like very, very frustrating.
Did you get help? Like, did you go to an academic resource center, or did you just like slug it out on your own?
I did. I went to like, I got a tutor.
Yeah.
I got a tutor. I went in. I like ended up having to talk to my professor, because it got to a point where I was like, do I just drop the class? Like, do I just like try and take it in the summer? I had to talk to my academic advisor a lot.
Yeah.
And I was very stressed because like, especially coming into college, I like wanted to have like a very strong start, and I was very worried about like not getting the grades that I really wanted to get.
Yeah. You're not used to failing, right?
Well.
Now you are.
Failures, you know. But like,
in high school, were you? I mean, you probably did pretty well.
I mean, yeah, my high school was a little bit odd, but yeah, I would say so. And my high school wasn't a lot of tests. It was more like papers and stuff like that. Even in like STEM, it was mostly papers.
Right.
So I think learning how to study and like strategies like that, and like figuring out like, I don't know, just like how I learn specifically.
How did you learn? What are some things you discovered about how you learn? Because a lot of people, this happens a lot. where they get to college and they're used to doing well because they don't have to do, maybe they just get through it, but like are there specific strategies like note cards or apps or groups?
I mean, I think it's definitely different for like different people, because for me it was a lot of trial and error of like trying out other people's strategies.
Like what did you try specifically? Because
I did a lot of like, at the beginning I have a friend who's like very like practice problem oriented, where like she can just do practice problems and her brain learns the pattern and she can do it on the test. But for me, it's if I don't understand like the underlying reason behind why things work, I can't apply it. So there would be a problem that would be in like a slightly different context than what I had seen on a practice exam, and I wouldn't be able to do it because I didn't know why it worked the way it worked, and I couldn't like visualize it. So for me, I started to like rewrite all of my notes. I have like something I call condensed notes, where like after I have like, I take all my notes for the class, I'll go back and I'll rewrite them all in like a condensed way with like me like writing on the side explaining why the mechanisms work the way they do. And then I found that on tests, even if I hadn't seen the problem, I could like reverse engineer what would probably happen because of it. And I think for chem that was a lot harder for me because it's like sometimes it just happens the way it happens, and like I would go into like office hours and I'd be like, oh, like why does this work, like why do you have this equation? He's like, I don't know, some guy just found it. Like it's just very much you just have to trust that it works, and that doesn't really click in my brain as much.
It's so interesting.
And I think I learned that it helps me in different ways. Like I think it helps me with like physics and stuff like that, because like if I can visualize it, even if I haven't learned it, I can like figure it out and puzzle it out. And I like problem solving like math more than like tests on just general content, because I remember just feeling like it was I remember ranting that it was unfair that like he could have mentioned one tiny thing in lecture and I was supposed to know, which really isn't unfair because that's what tests are, but like I just don't think that is what I enjoy doing. I think I like the problems, I like solving like equations and stuff like that, and I just think chem was not that place for me.
So what's your major?
Right now I'm environmental engineering, but I'm switching to either civil or mechanical. It's still kind of...
Is it normal for people to switch majors?
I'd say it's pretty normal.
I think here it's extremely common.
I've seen it was kind of a softball question.
Because
I just wanted like people to hear you say it because
my advisors have been very nice about it. Like I'm still meeting, because like we just got our like major specific advisors, and so it felt kind of awkward to be like, hey, like I'm not staying in this major, like I'm leaving, but like what should I do? And she actually gave me very good advice on like, oh, like if you want to, like if you're in between these two, like here are classes you could take where it'll count towards both, and like that way you can like she's very like good at helping me get more time to figure out what I need to do. And like as I am stressed about it, but like I think at another school I would be much more stressed about it, but now like I think because our degree requirements, especially for engineering, are so like, I think they're more open. It's less like there are like for each major there's the set classes that you have to take. You have to take math, you have to take EA, but I think there's also like a theme requirement. We have to take like a certain amount of like humanities classes and stuff like that. So like I think even though I am stressed about like being in classes that don't count, I'm sure like I'll find a way to make them count towards something. And so that's reassuring.
Do you have mentors? Are there like any professors you like, or any people like seniors who are doing cool jobs or internships?
I definitely need to look into that. For me, it's just like more figuring out what I like. That's been something in college that's been hard for me. Just like figuring out what my passions are, like what I want to end up doing, what I'm good at versus like what I like versus what I want myself to like.
I love your story about taking difficult problems and recognizing like recalling data isn't engaging for you. It's telling the story of the problem and understanding the mechanics and the analytical side of like taking something apart, which it's really fascinating. Like it's a great thing to have, because this idea of like deconstructing and being able to get to the source, there's so many ways to do, like there's so many cool things that you can deconstruct and get the story of.
And it's definitely like motivated me to help me study, because before I was like, oh, I just don't want to do it. Like I hated just going back and memorizing like, oh, the electrons move. But like in my like engineering analysis classes, we were doing like springs and dampers and like learning the physics of trusses and stuff like that, and like learning the process and like getting to like conceptually understand each step of the process. I think being able to like redo it and rework it is like very, very, very fun for me. So I found myself having fun studying.
It's so fun that you learn like that's like so great. I was thinking like Notebook, LM, or like like
Notability.
That's a good You like using
That's
that
my
tool?
app. That's the one I like.
Notability?
Notability, yeah.
Okay.
I used GoodNotes for a while and then I switched to Notability.
And then, okay.
I'm a GoodNotes fan.
GoodNotes. So GoodNotes is like it's an app, a platform. And who owns it? Is it its own thing?
I'm not sure. I just have it.
What's so great about GoodNotes? I mean, it should be Great Notes, not GoodNotes. I mean, if it was really that fantastic.
It was really good.
Right. I mean, think about it. No, I'm just kidding.
I honestly just use it. I use it the same as a pen and paper. I just use it for. I'm not sure if I'm using any of like the special tools on it. I use it for my math homework.
I'm gonna use GoodNotes.
You can kind of switch between your homework and then like your notes very easily, and you only have to bring around your iPad.
Do either of you have ADHD or?
I do.
Okay. Because it's like it's so funny because when you were talking about that, or even the notes, like going back and forth, like I like to go back. So GoodNotes is a good ADHD.
I use Notability, and I was actually told by the woman who diagnosed me with ADHD to use Notability.
Okay.
I got diagnosed in my
Notability.
In my second semester of college. So that was also a
second
big
semester. Just after you failed, so you realized you were having a really hard time, and then you got diagnosed.
I had a really, really, really hard time with fall quarter finals. Was really, really, really rough.
What was so hard about it for you?
For me, I think it was not like a procrastination because I felt like I had been doing work.
Yeah.
But it kind of like I spent so much of my time focusing on chemistry. And I remember I had like a chem midterm on Monday, a math midterm on Tuesday morning.
Right.
And then my EA midterm was Wednesday night. So I was like, everything kind of got pushed off. And I kind of trusted in that idea because like I really like math and it like works in my brain well. And for quizzes, I would just study the night before and just like basically do practice problems and it would work in my brain and I could just like understand it. But then I don't know, I like sat down after chem and maybe it was because I like did not think I did well in chem, but like my brain went completely blank and I was like, I have no idea how to do any problem ever. And I remember I was so like freaked out about it. Like I was like calling my mom. I was like, I was like calculating how I was like gonna pass the class, even though like I was doing relatively well in the class. So I really like did not need to be stressed about it. But I think it is an ADHD thing for your brain to latch onto an idea and not let it go.
Yeah, and that blank feeling is scary.
I think what happened to me, but it just kind of kept repeating over and over and over again in my head to the point where like I couldn't even like sleep.
And then you got help. I know it's like the bugs are kind of weird.
It's kind of crazy.
It's weird. They're like, I can't see them, but they're like
there. I know they're there.
I know, and it's so gross.
Yeah.
Okay, that is so fascinating. Then you got help, and,
and
you've been getting help, and
she helped me. Same thing happened the next day with my engineering analysis. I learned the entirety of linear algebra that I needed for my exam in one day. She was there 2 hours before my exam. I was like, Ellen, I don't know how to do orthogonal complements. She's like, here's how you do it. Like, just do it. And like taught me like the last like 4 topics I needed to know.
Oh
and it was,
gosh.
in fact, the ones I got right on the test. So.
Well, you are a great teacher.
My friend from my high school was very helpful. She helped me out. Like,
you let people help you. You let them know.
Yes.
Like getting help.
I think I did
huge.
at that situation. I don't usually like to do that, but I think I did in that moment.
Smart.
I had a fun time.
You know what's so funny? Right, like you asked Ellen for help, and it like helped you.
Yeah. I was also in linear algebra at that time, so it was actually really helpful for me. To be able to teach her.
But it's the gift of asking someone for help, which ultimately like.
And my friend from high school, I went down to Maine. I don't usually venture down south, but I like found her the night before and I was like crying. I was like, I don't know how to do anything. Like I just like I'm gonna get to that test and I'm not gonna know anything. And that's what I think freaked me out the most.
Yeah.
But she was so sweet. She had something. She was like gonna get up at 10 the next day, but she said that she would meet me in the library at 7.
Right.
And she met me at 7.
7 a.m.
She met me at 7 a.m.
Wow.
And I told her I was like waking up really early, super just like freaked out and stressed. So she met me at 7 a.m. and she studied with me for like 8 hours. I think like that day
8 hours?
I don't know the exact hours. I just didn't do math, but I worked from my final was at 7 p.m. and I think I worked from 7 to 7 with just. I didn't do well.
Did you well enough?
It was a very hard final.
Well
to be fair,
right?
I passed.
You passed. That's all you need to do. That's the lesson.
A D, and it was a B.
A B. A B's really good. But for you, that's like.
Wait, no, I was actually very happy with the grade.
I didn't even know you got a B. I thought you were like.
Well, because I got a 50 on the exam, on the final. Because it was a really hard final.
Right.
And I remember it was so funny because we were studying for something and I had a practice exam in front of me and it was like all like just math and like calculations and stuff like that, except for one section that was like true or false. You had to understand like the conceptual idea of linear algebra, and I was like, I'm skipping that section. I don't have time to do it. I'll just guess on that one. I'll take the L. I'll take the 50. Like I can guess. And I open the test, and the entire test is that section. Like the first 3.
No, it's like the
true or false. And it was so funny because as much as I had stressed about like getting to a test and just like blanking and not knowing what to do, that's in fact exactly what happened. And I was like, you know what?
You got through it. Like, but your grades are not your value or self-worth.
My grades are not my value.
Because that's a hard thing, right?
Yes.
Especially coming to a place like this. It's like, oftentimes grades, you know, are a part of they're your character in a way. But you have to separate yourself at some point, right?
I think in college, learning that like your grades sometimes are so dependent on the way that the class is structured and the way that the professor is. When in high school, it felt very like, if you get a 90%, you get an A-, and that's a 4.0. Here it's like, you could get a 25% on your final, but then like, oh, a 20% was an A. Like it's just, it's really hard to deal with like not really knowing what's coming when you're going into those big tests, but I think you get used to it.
Yeah, but you two seem like you found a community. You let people know what's going on. You got help, and you're friends, and it's worked out. It's wonderful. Can I take a picture with you? Because I'll take it, and we can send something to your mom if you want to. You can tell her. Thanks for visiting. I hope I didn't keep you too long.
No, I have nothing else to do.
This is like so much fun, and then I can tag you with these. I basically just I have these bugs. They're like invisible bugs.
They're on my legs.
They're so weird. I hope I don't get bites from it. But I mean, okay. So here, I'll do this. Let's see. Okay, it's just I'm gonna do sideways too, so we can get the beautiful dorm. It's Sergeant. Okay, and then your mom, and I'll thank your mom for sending stuff. And I'm Harlan. And if you want me, do you want me to like tag you with anything? Because if you do, you could put it here. And if you don't, that's fine.
Sure, I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I want to know when it goes up.
Yeah, I'm gonna just so the way it works is I let this kind of run, and then I'm gonna pull different clips. And you have so much good stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Like really, I mean, you do too. The roommate stuff is like it's great stuff, and I just think so many students struggle, and they're so lonely and they feel so much shame.
I was very, very embarrassed about it. I remember like because I took 2 quarters of chem. Yeah. And I remember my second quarter, I was like very, 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 I was like, I think when I was freaking out about it, one of the things I was freaking out about was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to tell people that I need to retake it. And that's something that I was like, I cannot do that. And I remember it was also tough because like 2 of our friends were also in the same chem class, and they were doing wildly better than me. They're very, very, very smart people. And that was just very frustrating too, because I was like, oh my gosh, like it's possible. It just felt like I was like the problem. But I think in college people are more like aware of like just everyone has their strengths, and like that might not have been my class, but like maybe my class might not be someone else's.
What's your strength? We'll leave on a strength.
I like physics. I like environmental science a lot. I'm very big on that. I'm taking a class right now, and it's super, super fun. Yeah. But
you found something.
Yes, environmental science is my thing.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to meet you both. Enjoy the summer. All right, so that was a wonderful conversation. I want to show you a little bit of campus. I haven't really been able to get around too much, which is really exciting because it's been really easy to talk to people. It's very hot here. I want to show you the lakefront. One of the things I love about Northwestern is it's just a beautiful place and a wonderful community. You can just see those people. You know, today's a very interesting day here because there's a lot of people who are leaving for the summer, and it's kind of a really special. I didn't realize even what was going on today. Just the timing of this. It's been a really interesting day. Hi, how you doing?
Wait, are you the guy who like films like college reels and things?
Yeah, I do like college stuff. I'm doing one right now.
Oh, really?
That's do you want to be? Can I talk to you for 2 seconds?
Yeah, sure.
Where are you going?
Right now I'm going to Elder to eat some food.
You got some, so you're gonna go. Oh, I can walk with you there.
Yeah, that's
What's your name?
I'm John.
John, where are you from?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, nice. And what year are you?
I'm a freshman.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the end of the year, John, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you were to look back at this year and be like something you were really worried about coming to college that you didn't have to worry about, what comes to mind?
Something that I was worried about is I thought it'd be really difficult meeting friends here.
Yeah.
I thought a lot of people would be really different from me, but you know, there's so many different kinds of people here. It's really not hard.
You're a little worried about
meeting
that?
Your people, yeah.
It's scary though.
Yeah, no, it's hard coming to like a new location with people that you don't even know, and you know, trying to fit in and make friends, but it really wasn't difficult at all.
Did you have a plan? Because I talk about like when you go to college, it's helpful to have like a social transition.
Yeah. I didn't have so much of a plan per se, but when I came here, I decided to join a fraternity, and I think that helped me a lot when it came to making friends. You know, just being surrounded by a lot of guys.
What was that process like?
It wasn't anything too difficult or crazy, you know. I just heard about it from like other friends on my floor, and then I started showing up to more events and found people that were like me that I became friends with.
Nice. So those are some of your best friends now?
Oh yeah, of course. Two of my best friends are in the fraternity with me, and everybody else in my class. Those are people I could definitely see myself being friends with for a couple decades.
A couple decades?
Yeah,
it's like some serious, you're like putting 20 years on these friendships.
Oh yeah, no, I got a good group of friends.
That's nice, man. That's great. What was your hardest day this year, and how did you get through it?
Hardest day? It's hard to point to something specifically, but I do remember.
Let's point to something. Let's go. The more specific. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna let you off the hook. Like a day, I don't know if you had a day where you were crying, a day where you were feeling like overwhelmed, a day where you know, it was just hard, dude.
I do remember there was a day in winter quarter. It's funny enough, I was only taking 3 classes that quarter. There was one day I was just very overwhelmed with all the school stuff. Which class was that? EA2. The EA sequence here is notorious for just being...
What's EA stand for?
Engineering Analysis.
Okay.
It's a 4-quarter class sequence, and this class was kind of just like statics and basic physics. But I was really worried about our final because our averages are very high. You know, there's a lot of smart people at this school.
Right.
And our final was worth 45%.
Damn, that's too much.
Yeah, and the issue was our average going into the final was like a 90, and our average got curved down to a B.
Wow.
So I was just really worried about going into the final that my grade was going to change a lot. So yeah, probably a week before that final was my most stressful day.
Did you get help? How do you study for that?
Yeah, no, I'd say the best way to study for a class like that is just get with a lot of friends, because something that you're confused about, somebody else will probably understand better than you, and vice versa. There's something you might understand that other people might not.
Yeah. What's your dream job?
That's a really good question. Right now, so I'm a chemical engineering major, and I'm not too sure if I want to go into finance or maybe something with the industry side. But whatever I do end up going into, I think I want to be involved in nuclear.
Okay.
I think it's just a really interesting topic, and here in America, nuclear is not as big as I think it should or could be. So either something with nuclear banking or just being able to work on a
nuclear
reactor
banking. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, so it's kind of, there's different investment banking groups. So like there's oil and gas, and that one's less so of a group specifically, but just being involved in like being able to raise capital for nuclear companies. I think that'd be a really interesting way to get involved in something that I care about.
That's interesting. Hey, what advice would you give to someone who's starting off, who's really nervous?
Any advice? I know this is very cliche, but literally just don't worry about it. Like,
how do you not worry about it?
Just think about the fact that 4 years down the line, whatever you're stressing about right now, it's not going to be a big deal whatsoever.
But it is a big deal.
I know it feels big. It felt big to me. No, it felt really big to me. But it's just when you get to college specifically, you're going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's just about how you're able to recover from those. Your first couple months, even your first year here, is just a huge learning experience. So just realize that the failures that you will inevitably make, just take that with a grain of salt and just be able to learn from them.
Last thing, who is the person this year, who has been the most helpful person, the one you've learned the most from? Could be a professor, could be a student, could be someone you just met. Like, who has helped you the most?
Helped me the most? I would definitely say...
Had the biggest impact on you?
I would definitely say my girlfriend. I met her here a little after Welcome Week, actually. And, she's definitely changed my life for the better. And I've just been able to learn a lot about her and what it means to be in a relationship.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
This is a great. I know you're gonna eat, but I have to just ask you like 2 more questions.
Yeah.
So your girlfriend, how did you meet her? Who made the first move?
So it was definitely me. I met her.
For sure, if she was here, she'd be like, it's definitely me.
No,
it's easy. It's one-sided.
Yeah, no.
It's a big shot. It was him.
I'd hope she agreed. But it was a little after welcome week. She's actually, I live in Shapiro over there. She's my neighbor. So I saw her in the hallway and started talking to her.
So does she live on the same hall?
Yeah, literally, it's my door here, and then hers is the next one down.
You know, I have advice about this.
Yeah.
And the advice is that you don't date people in your hall. Because
Honestly,
it's
I agree.
great while it's good.
I agree. We were a very special case scenario, but I'd say probably 9 times out of 10, you know, try to keep the floor cessed to a minimum.
Someone's gonna see this, and it's John. Your first name is John.
John.
Yes. I want to make sure. They're gonna be like, you know, John did it. And
just because I did it doesn't mean it'll work for everybody, but in my case, it worked out.
So did you talk about it? Did you? And when you started dating or seeing her, do you date? Like, do you use the word date?
Yeah, no. She's our 6 months was, just a couple weeks ago. And our 7th is coming up soon.
That's important, John. So now you see her.
Yeah.
She's a couple doors down. How do you go from being a couple doors down to making it clear that you like her, or did you know she liked you?
No, you could never really know for sure. The more I started talking to her, the more like I had a feeling.
How did you get to talk to her? Like, did you go out of your way to talk to her? Did you hang out in a room with friends? Like,
no, I definitely made an effort to talk to her. I remember the first time we met, I had DoorDashed some food and I was coming back and I saw her like outside my door, and I just struck up some conversation because the dorm that we're in, it's very nice, so people don't really leave their rooms too much.
Okay.
And I remember that night specifically, I was surprised by how many people were like outside their rooms.
Early on, the weekend, and you start talking to her, and then what happens? Did you like find her on Snap? Is it like, what's the move?
We just exchange information on
It's not
Snap.
even a move, it's just we're friendly.
Yeah, just keep it friendly at first and then just kind of see where things go. And then
how do you go from friendly to I have romantic feelings?
Yeah, so I saw her later in the week actually at a party, and I saw her there and we just talked for
loud party?
It was quiet.
Like what kind of party? Fraternity?
Yeah, it was my fraternity actually. But I saw her there again and we were talking, and we went back to the lawn outside there and we were just talking for a lot of hours, and I think that's when I had a feeling that, I started to like her.
You like her?
Yeah.
And then you leave that night, and if I'm asking you 2 personal questions, I don't need to, but like that night, and forgive me, but like, did you have any type of, like, did you kiss that night?
No. That night we just went our own separate ways. But I could tell that I definitely wanted to keep talking to her and keep contact. So,
are you a relationship kind of guy, or do you just are you going to college thinking I'm going to date a lot of women? This is like one.
Yeah, no. If you were to ask her, she'd say the same thing. We both when we came to college, we never would have thought we'd be in a relationship this long our freshman year. But it's definitely been amazing, and I'm very grateful for it.
So then then how do you go from then, like you go out again, and how do you make your romantic feelings known?
Yeah, I'd say just the more you hang out with this person, it's definitely a gut feeling from both sides. After a little bit of talking with someone, you'll either know or you kind of won't know.
Did you say anything like, we should hang out more? Like, how do you say let's go on a date? Like, how do you cross over that line?
It's definitely you don't want to push too hard, so it's more of a conversation of like, hey, like, do you want to study some point this night? Do you want to just asking simple questions, really low stakes, and if it's something that they say no, then you'll know pretty quickly that.
You say yes, but then how do you know when it's just like you're studying, or it's like studying with the potential more?
Yeah, that's the thing, you kind of just have to keep increasing like what the stakes are just little by little, but there's no definite way to know for a fact. You just kind of have to go with your gut.
So you just listen a lot,
and
don't push too much or too much too soon, and you just, it's not even a game, but you just are patient, and you listen, right? Because I get a lot of questions about this because it's hard. Like, people don't know how to meet people, or they also once you got together, Did you talk about like if this doesn't work, we're still gonna be like friends or like because the living situation?
Yeah, no, we definitely had a conversation of if this doesn't go the way that we think it's going, then we'll just be cool with each other. Don't make it awkward. Easier said than done, but yeah.
Right. Now, is she from here?
She's from Scottsdale. I visited her over winter break.
Nice. I was in Scottsdale over winter break.
Yeah, no, it's a very nice area. I went to Phoenix once when I was younger, but we went in late July and it was so hot. But if you go to Arizona in the winter time and late fall, it's perfect.
You just finished your first year though, right?
Yeah, I have one more final Friday and then I'm done.
And then what are you going to do over the summer? Because you're going to...
I'm going back to Milwaukee. I have an internship there.
You got an internship?
Yeah.
How'd you get an intern? I know you're like never going to eat, but like how'd you get your internship?
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, it's definitely not something that's super easy your freshman year. Yeah. Me personally, it's very funny. Back home, where I'm working actually, there was a career fair. And one of my friends, his parents made him go to it, and he just texted me and asked me, like, do you want to go to this with me? And I was like, you know what, sure. We were golfing right after, so we both showed up in our golf clothes. I'd been to a lot of career fairs before, so I was very used to, kind of the politics of it all and how to go about that. So I went there, exchanged information with the recruiter.
So was this through UW Milwaukee?
So the career fair was actually at Port Washington High School.
Okay.
Which is like 20 minutes north of where I live.
Right.
And it was a career fair of all kinds. They had things for interns, and then they had things for like, iron workers. So it was a mix of internships and actual careers.
So you just showed up, and did you have an idea of some of the companies that were going to be there?
Yeah, so I zoned in on one company specifically, just because that was the one hiring interns. And I just did it's always smart to do a little bit of research on the company beforehand.
Well, tell me what you did.
So I just looked up the company, looked up their values, kind of tried to understand what they did.
Look them out.
If there's any of their name in recent news, just try to get a general understanding of what they do. It doesn't have to be something super complex, but as long as you have a general idea of what they do and why, just go in with that idea and ask a lot of questions near that.
So when you're going into the career fair and you see the recruiter there, right?
Yeah.
You're asking questions based on the information you've already accumulated, right?
Yes.
So you're not asking questions about things that you can find on the website. You're asking like a second level question.
Yeah, you should not go. I mean, it might be good to ask one question, but the majority of your questions should be things that either you formulate after they've already spoken to you for a bit, you have a question about something they told you, or you see something on their website and you can ask a question that will lead to a really quality answer or something that you're just genuinely curious about.
Okay, the last part. So you go to this, and then after you're done meeting the person, you have a conversation, and they're behind a table, right?
Exactly.
And then how do you end that conversation and continue the dialogue?
Yeah, so I would just say wrap
what
up
did you do?
with something along. What I did is I just wrapped up with something along the lines of, it was great to hear about your company. I'd be really interested in hearing more. Would we be able to exchange information, connect on LinkedIn? You received their LinkedIn, or what happened in my case is he just gave me his business card, email, phone number, LinkedIn. And then after that, maybe an hour or two after I finished my round of golf, I just sent him an email and I connected with him on LinkedIn with a connection message and then just waited for a response and the ball started rolling from there.
And how many interviews did it take to get the internship?
So I did a phone interview with him and that was kind of just, he was probing my interest and he actually told me about a second position in Denver that he thought I'd be fit for. And then the Denver position fell through and then he extended another interview offer for where I'm working now, and I did one final interview with the construction manager there, and so it was 2 total interview rounds.
What kind of business is it?
It's a data center.
Nice. You excited about it?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited.
You're
I think
a freshman,
I'll learn
an
a lot.
internship.
Yeah,
you get paid?
Yeah.
Dude, that's great. I love it. Okay, so I'm doing this book about going from college to career, and I love everything you shared. Can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
I can I'll tag you in this stuff. Are you cool if I tag you in this and use all this? If you want to give me your info, whatever, like if it's on Instagram or wherever you want to do it.
Sorry, it's just my brother.
Oh, you know this guy?
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet?
Oh, he's in my frat.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Good guy, man.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
What year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
You're a sophomore?
Yeah.
So you recruited him?
I was a part of it, yeah.
Yeah. It's impressive. It's good, man. then I'll put this on like my social media. And it's great. And your girlfriend, I'm so glad you found someone you enjoy. It's really nice. You are a really wonderful person to talk to.
Thank you.
If I can help you in any way, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for saying something.
It was good to talk to you.
All right, nice to meet you. Oh, that was a fun one too, man. This is like, oh, wait, John, can I get a picture before, John, can I get a picture real fast with us? I'm just gonna do a quick little like, shoot, hold on. I'll switch, I got it in my left hand. All right, so I'm trying to get pictures of everything. Oh, that's not a picture, that's a tree. Okay, there we go. All right, thanks a lot, I appreciate it. All right. I almost panic, it's hot, man. I'm trying so hard not to be so sweaty. See, there's fraternities over here. It's interesting because, you know, we met people who are in sororities and some people who were planning on being in sororities who weren't planning on being in sororities. And I think that like when it comes to recruitment, you just go. You know, I love how when I do these, there's kind of a theme. And the theme really is, you know, allowing things to play out. Not being so rigid that you force things, that you give yourself permission to just experience what it is that's in front of you. And it's like you don't know what you're going to experience until you do. But if you have this foundational belief that's going to be okay, and man, Jerry, that was so beautiful. That was like so meaningful. It's very hard for me to hear such wonderful things. I get so focused on wanting to, just I'm trying to see where I'm going to go here. I get so focused on, you know, getting some content out, and I've got book deadlines, and you know, there's all these things that I'm doing that sometimes I lose sight of the impact. And sometimes I share things and I feel like they're not like earth-shattering, but I think just hearing that it's going to be okay, and hearing stories of people who have been through difficult situations, especially people who are used to really doing well, you know, finding people to help you, leaning on people is huge. It's a constant theme I see. When you are dealing with difficult situations and you keep them inside, you really, they become bigger. But when you can acknowledge those things and give yourself permission to feel them and turn to the people who can help you and put yourself in places where you feel like you're understood and valued, it gets easier. And it's like, even when shit happens, it's like, it feels very big. Things can feel very big, but they end up becoming much more manageable when you lean on others. And you know that this is part of it, man. Like, this is part of it. It was interesting also to hear that so many people were having, were having some struggles in the winter months. You know, it got really cold. They felt very isolated, and having things that you love to do independent of other people is so important. Making sure you get out of your space. This is why when I talk about having a loneliness plan, it's not a plan to be lonely. It's a plan to be able to be alone without longing for something you can't have. It's knowing you're going to be okay when you don't necessarily have the connection and community that you want. And I find so many people really struggle with that or are surprised by that. So over here, there is a beach. A lot of people who aren't from the Chicago area have no idea that Northwestern is on the lake. It's on Lake Michigan. And it is a gorgeous lake. And what's also really nice about Northwestern is if you go into downtown Evanston, because it's in Evanston, you can take the L, which is the elevated trains, the public transportation in Chicago, and you can pretty much go anywhere. So Evanston really connects you to Chicago. And for those of you who are interested in some of the other schools, there's Loyola. Loyola is a little bit further north. And then you have DePaul University, and my oldest son goes to DePaul. And DePaul has been terrific. He loves DePaul. And there's Lake Forest College. There's the University of Chicago in Hyde Park, which is like all the way down south. And then there are, I'm trying to give you some other Chicago schools, but I feel like the 3 or 4, Loyola, Northwestern, DePaul, and then some other schools. So here is the athletic area. They built these temporary stands, and I'm going to get to a much prettier place. This is probably the least pretty place, but I wanted to take you on a little walk before we saw more people, and we'll see how much longer we can go before my battery goes kaput. But we are in the athletic areas here, and there's been so much building here. Over there, they built a temporary football stadium, and the reason they built that temporary football stadium is because they are building a state-of-the-art new football stadium down the street. My other son graduated, and I got to see the construction. That was pretty cool. Bikes are huge here. The lakefront is spectacular, and I'm going to walk along the lakefront, and then I can show you the rocks here. So there's bathrooms, very nice temporary bathrooms, but these are the rocks, and a lot of times people paint the rocks. There's one rock in particular that has more of a story. This is, as I mentioned before, stadium. This is the athletic center, and you can see the athletic center overlooks the lake, and it is just spectacular here. So we're gonna walk along the lakefront path, and then hopefully we'll meet some people and we could talk to them and get to know a little bit more. So these are the rocks that I was talking about. People will paint the rocks, and there's a whole ritual. Bikes, always gotta be careful of the bikes. And what's really nice is you could take this lakefront path all the way downtown. I don't know, it doesn't keep going, but there is a I'm trying to know where the bike path is exactly, but I know there is a path that keeps going. So I'm going to go around this corner, and then you're going to have one of my favorite views. I'm so excited to show you, because Chicago is really my favorite city in the world, and of course I'm super biased because I'm from here, but I don't know if you could see over there. So down there is downtown Chicago. There's the skyline, and it is so spectacular and so beautiful. And regardless of where you go to college, I think everybody should visit Chicago. People on a bicycle built for two. Go to Chicago, find a reason to enjoy the city, go for an architectural boat tour. You can go on a regular architectural tour. Those are spectacular. Some of my favorite restaurants, if you want pizza. I'm a huge Lou Malnati's fan. There are so many great restaurants. I love Italian beef, and there's more places I need to go to. There's this really great chicken place in Lakeview called Crisp. I've been a big fan. And there are also some amazing places to get burgers. Chicago's a great city, man. There's so much good food. It makes me hungry. Portillo's. People love Portillo's. It's another classic place. Evanston is a great town. There's a lot of good restaurants. Let's see what else. So we're gonna go meet some more people in a sec. This is the path that's a little bit away from everyone. One of the things that I really love to do whenever I go to college town is I like to find a place where I can sit, where I can just be. Ellen said something really interesting. Here, I'll show you these rocks so you can see how beautiful this is. And I am just a fan of just like being and sitting. And I love to be able to just listen and sit with my thoughts. And this is a place where, you know, you can get away from everything. I think every campus, it's important to have some place where you can decompress. I thought that the conversation with Ellen and friendship was really worth revisiting. And so much of it is tied to expectations. When you enter a new situation and you have expectations of how you think things should be, and they aren't, a lot of times we panic. But when you enter a situation and you are flexible, and when it comes to roommates and friends, it's like, you know, it'd be great if we can be friends. And if we're not friends, it will be okay. When it comes to classes, it'd be great if you could do well and have a great start. But if you don't, it's going to force you to meet people and to form new relationships. And I love talking to Sierra. I thought it was great to learn about how successful she's been. And then there was the part of the conversation where, you know, who are the professors you've gotten to know? And who are some of those people in your corner? And that was something where she's like, oh, I'm going to work on that. And I think that when you do very well, it's great, but sometimes doing well means you don't have as many reasons to talk to people to get help. Oh, this is another thing I want to share with you. And sometimes I get uncomfortable sharing all these things because I don't want to be annoying. Jerry made me feel more comfortable by just being like, hey, the things you say matter and make a difference. Oh my God, look. Okay, I gotta stay away from these big ducks because they're gonna get mad if I'm near their babies. But oh my gosh, how cute is that? Wow. One time I was by one of these big ducks and they got so mad at me. And I wasn't like even doing anything, but they squawk and they get real big. So this is the part where when we walk around, this is, I guess they filled this in as a landfill and they turned this into a beautiful park. So this is another area where you can just relax and enjoy. And I love that I'm getting so many steps in. The sweat part, forgive my sweat, nothing I can do about that. It's like 80 some degrees, but it's a beautiful day. So with Sierra, getting to know your professors, having one professor every quarter who you can connect with, so important. And I thought with Nate, this idea of not doing what everybody's doing, the idea of pursuing a path where there's less certainty. I've learned there is less and less certainty when it comes to career paths because things are changing so rapidly. So for someone who wants to get comfortable, be uncomfortable, try things new, this is a great time to do it. It's a great time to do it. And if somebody's scared that they're going to miss out on opportunities, my thought is if you build meaningful connections with people doing things you love to do, there are going to be opportunities that come up. And the people who are living the lives you want to live, you're going to be connected with them. Playing rugby, being part of a sport, being in an activity, being part of a group, and you can see the themes that come up again and again. And then it was really fun hearing from Emma and how she learned how to learn, because a lot of people don't know how to learn. Getting great grades doesn't mean you're great at learning. Sometimes it means you're great at recalling. Sometimes it means you just go to class and retain as much information as you can. So giving yourself grace and understanding that you will discover that. and then being diagnosed with ADHD. Anyway, you're kind of getting me. Maybe you want to fast forward this part. I don't know. This is what I do a lot of times. I will just walk and I'll review, and I'm always trying to form patterns and to see how one thing is connected to another, because I find the patterns can provide structure when it comes to having a loose understanding of what it is you can expect. So I'm a fan of talking to people and learning. Oh, I'll give you one more thing. As long as this bird might attack me, there's red-winged blackbirds. They are known to attack. I've had one bite me on the head, and then you can see these. Oh, God, good God. See, that could have been freaky because I could have gotten hit. So now I'm stuck, because now I'm here and this bird's crossing, and there's really kind of stuck. Oh, that's a good idea. See, I saw this other go this way. That's the way to do it. This way I don't have to stuck. I'm like, why can't I go around? Oh, look at her. She just goes right through them. She's got no problems. Fearless. You would think I would know. Look at them, just enjoying themselves on the lake. So pretty. So we were way over there. Now we are over here. So the one piece I was going to tell you. So I'm working on this book about college to career, going from college to career. And it's this concept of be curious, connect, and confirm. Being curious is so important, because when you're curious, and I like to call it being uninhibited and having uninhibited curiosity. You're not afraid what people think. You are so interested in learning and growing. So having this curiosity. And then the thing is, when you're curious about something, a lot of times you'll go to the internet, you'll go to Claude, you'll search for something, maybe go to Reddit, and you'll get information. And you'll confirm some of the things you know. But the thing that's missing is the connect. See, you gotta be curious, and then you have to connect and confirm. So whatever you learn, find the people who are doing the things that you want to do. Find the people who have access to that information. Find the people who have been a little bit in front of you, and talk to them, even if you think you know the answer. Because the goal isn't to get it right. The goal is to connect and confirm. So it's being curious, connecting, and confirming. Look at this. Lauren, will you marry me? Friendship potion. So pretty. So gorgeous this is. And then straight ahead is a lake. And then we saw Nate is in the yachting club. These guys fish. Look, people are fishing here. How cool is that? Like, what a great way to just kind of pass your time before finals, just to fish. So pretty. Love it, man. So great. And this person's graduating. So these are the rocks that people paint, and this is the lakefront. And you can see it's just a really beautiful place. Not a lot of people know how pretty it is here. All right, so if you want to set yourself up for success, be wildly curious. Be uninhibited. Uninhibited curiosity. That is the key. Uninhibited curiosity. And then you want to connect with people. You want to connect with people who can answer your questions or confirm the things you've been learning. And then you want to keep building these relationships. Because when you connect and when you confirm and when you continue to be curious, you're going to build a network of people. I don't even like to call it networking, because it goes so far beyond networking. What it does is you form these relationships. And it's these relationships that ultimately help you to be connected to opportunities that come up. Because life is really a very long game. And I use the word game not because there's anything necessarily to win. The game isn't really winning. It's simply showing up and being. It's giving yourself permission to experience and experiment and to understand. Oh, it's so pretty. To understand that life is this sequence of events that are connected through these experiences, and it's the people you go through these experiences with, the people who help you. Oh wow, look at that. Those nests. Oh my gosh, those are so cool. Here, I want to show you this. This is so cool. Let's see. Can you see this? Whoa, I think they don't want me to be here. Can you see that? Let's see if I go a little lower. So these are all, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Oh crap, okay, hold on. Sometimes this camera is difficult for me. Let's see, okay, so I'm gonna zoom in. Why is this not letting me zoom in? Okay, let's see, do you wanna see this? Are we still recording? Yeah, we're still recording. I think my finger is like wet. Oh dude, these birds, they do not want me to be here. Whatever, okay, you get the idea. Dude, okay, I gotta get out of here. I think I'm being attacked. Or at least they're like, we don't want you here. You can see there are these nests. And then they kind of like disappeared. They're really interesting. I don't know exactly what's going on here. All right, we'll go back to me. Let's see. There I am again. So it's these experiences over time that connect you. If you're someone who's worried about the future and you're uncertain about what you want to do, like I was telling Nate, it's allow that thing that interests you to guide you. And then don't just have blind faith that it will work out. Reach out to the people in the places living those experiences. We're walking by the music school here at Northwestern. And I'm a firm believer, like if someone wants to pursue a career in music, then find the people who are doing the types of things you want to do. Get to know them, ask them questions, learn from them, and then ultimately, you're going to end up being in that community. Ooh, should we go down there? This is the, let's go over there. I know Nate was saying he was part of the sailing club, or he did, what did he do? He did something with boating. He likes to go on boats. But when he was on crew. He said crew. When you do things with people and you share experiences over time, you form these connections. And when you're part of a community with so many people who are driven and want to be successful, you end up finding these connections. And what's really cool is sometimes you'll get to know people who are starting businesses and they have an area of expertise. And this is something I really like that Emma was saying as well. And I've talked to lots of really high achieving students who echo the sentiment. It's that you can't be great at everything. And when you can recognize your strengths and surround yourself with people who have strengths, you then can complement each other, like complement, where you end up bringing something different to whatever it is someone's doing. So if you think of business, there's like all these different areas of expertise. So when you are in places doing things that are athletic or musical or artistic or whatever it is that you find interesting, and you're around people who have other interests, and what's really interesting about Northwestern is a lot of the music majors are double majors. All of a sudden you have this community of people who you get to be connected with. And if they know you and they understand your strengths, then at some point your paths will cross. And when I talk about being a long game, it's these relationships that you form and the connections you make that will serve you as you continue through life. Because the things that you do in the future, there's going to be crossover. And now everybody is connected. So I can't encourage you enough. Be curious, connect, confirm. If you know an answer, talk to someone who has lived that experience to confirm, and then you can build that connection with them. I hope this part has been interesting. I love this, I don't want to keep using the word game, but like, I think sometimes so many of you are so scared to want things because you're too afraid it's not going to work out the way you hope it will work out. So you don't do it. But I would love for you to see wanting something and experiencing it and connecting with other people who want the same things is a win. It's a win. The outcome is not as important as the experience. And if you can embrace this idea of living through the experience and even putting yourself in complicated situations where things are incredibly difficult, and having a plan that you're going to talk to people and you're going to lean on them and use the complicated experience and getting help as part of your way of building a community, you're going to meet people. Isn't that the wild thing? It's like Sierra did something new with the rugby and she didn't know how to do it, but yet it's that experience of putting herself in that new situation that creates friendship or creates connection. This is one of the most beautiful parts of campus. This is really a spectacular time of year. My wife went to Northwestern, and it was probably this time of year that I met her brother for the first time. She went to graduate school here too. She's a speech language pathologist. She's at Learn to Talk with me on Instagram, and she is just a really wonderful person. If any of you are interested in pursuing that particular career field, you can reach out to Steph. But she graduated from Northwestern, and I went to graduation here. It was really beautiful. I remember walking around, and I was so nervous. And what's funny is I had a camera because I like to not hide behind the camera, but when I have a camera, it gives me a role. R-O-L-E. This is something I've talked about a lot. When you're in a new place, in an unfamiliar situation, sometimes it can be really hard to know what to do or what to say. But when you have a role, you have a purpose. And let's see what this is. We're in a great place. There's so much, it got kind of quiet here. I was trying to go to a place where I wouldn't see as many students, and you got stuck with me for all this time. Having a role, R-O-L-E, is so helpful because it gives you something to say, something to do. And I remember when we were at her graduate school graduation, I was like the cameraman. And that meant that I had something to do, and it made me feel more comfortable. I find I will oftentimes grab a camera and play the role of a journalist. I like being a journalist because as a journalist, I'm always able to show up and be in places where I don't know people and always have a role. Because when I have a role, I can be more comfortable. You wouldn't know, but I really do struggle at times in social situations. I'm very much an introvert. And when I'm in other places. Here, this is gorgeous. This is the, I think it's the library. It's so pretty. It's one of my favorite sites here. I love taking pictures here. But when I'm in new situations, it's very hard for me. And I've learned how to adapt, but I'm not great in social situations. Being someone who like has a very clear role makes it easier. Like even showing up here and having students recognize me is so much easier, because I used to come here and I'd walk around and ask people questions and they know who I was, and you know, it's like, who's this dude asking questions? But when I come here, it's like, oh, you're that college guy. You're the guy who does that college advice. You know, people understand. So here's the trick though. In any situation in life, you could tell a story that includes your role. This is one of the things I talk about in my books. It's your role is you are a student. Like, that's your job. And a student's job is to not always know. And when you don't know, you ask questions. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm supposed to know everything, it's like, no, you're not supposed to know, because your job is to be someone who doesn't know, right? Like, that's your thing. So if you embrace that, it becomes so much easier to be in new situations, because part of your role is to not know. And I think that what Jerry was saying is, as he was going through the natural changes here, being in a really unfamiliar environment, understanding that his role was to not know and to just be and to allow things to happen. So these are people who are taking pictures for graduation. Pretty amazing to think it's all over. It goes so quickly. It's really amazing how things can feel so very big and go so very fast. All right, I think I'm gonna just let this go for a little bit longer. I hope you've enjoyed this conversation. I don't usually get to talk to you like this. I think the walk that I took is really an example of how sometimes I need to decompress. Sometimes I need that space, because it's very exhausting to connect and to care and to be around people. I love it, but I need that space as well. All right, this is Lund Hall. Oh, I'll tell you one last thing. So I have this excitement for being an entrepreneur, and my Help Me Harlan college stuff has always been something that I've been always trying to figure out. How do I scale the business? How do I make it something that's bigger? And I, at one point, was contemplating launching like a whole community. And anyway, I started to reach out to lots of entrepreneurs in the Chicago area, and they were really nice. And one of them, Troy Hennekoff, and I'm trying to remember even how I met Troy. I just started to get curious and talk to people. Troy invited me to attend his entrepreneurship class at Northwestern. He was teaching a class at Northwestern. So I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm always a big fan of these pictures. Hold on. So this is what I'm taking a picture of. I always love the boards. So anyway, Troy invited me to go to his class, and there were 5 different groups of students, and one of the groups decided to take on Help Me Harlan as a case study. And it was, how do we monetize this? How do we turn it into a business? And it was fascinating. It was great. It ended up that there wasn't really a great viable way to turn it into something more at the time. But the part I want to tell you about is there were these 5 students or 4 students, and they came up with a concept called the next big sound. And at first the concept was everybody could be like a media mogul and can put together they're musicians. So it's almost like social media, the thing that gives you the credibility is if you can find groups early on, before everybody else discovers them. It's almost like you're a record executive, at a label. So this was the idea, and it was a really cool idea. They loved doing this so much, they decided they were going to continue to do it outside of this class, and Troy was an advisor, ended up being an early investor. This team then went into an incubator program. They went to Boulder, Colorado for some time, developed the concept more, and what happened is it pivoted to be almost like the Billboard Top 100, but it would be for music being played in a variety of different platforms. So you'd be able to see who's the most popular artist through sharing in online media. And the Next Big Sound ended up growing and growing, and eventually Pandora bought the Next Big Sound. And it was so fun to be in this class and to be able to see it. Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up? Hi.
Do you know my stuff?
I do, yes.
It's cool. Can I talk to you for a sec?
Sure, yeah.
People are probably tired of me, man. What's your name?
My name is Ty.
Ty, what year are you?
I'm about to graduate. I'm a senior.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is exciting. I think you're going to be my last conversation. This is good, Ty. So Ty is a senior. And how you feeling, man?
I'm excited, but I'm also sad to leave Northwestern. I've been here 4 years. I've loved it.
Yeah, you're going to graduate?
I am going to graduate, yes.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're going to do?
I will. I'll be an electrical engineer in Silicon Valley.
An electrical engineer in Silicon Valley. Do you have a job, or are you just going to show up?
No, I have a job. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. What kind of job? Are you able to share where you're working? I don't want to ruin it because then you might not, I don't want you to get let go because you share it here.
No, all good.
Are you able to share?
Yeah.
Where are you working?
It's a German company. It's called Road & Schwarz. They're based in Germany, but they have U.S. offices.
Okay. And then what do they do? What's their, here, can we walk a little, I'll be a little quieter. What's your first name again? It's Ty.
T-Y.
T-Y.
Yeah.
T-Y. This is good, man. Thanks. You have a second? You're cool?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. So you got this job, and where are you going to live?
Probably Mountain View with a few college friends.
Okay, so you know people? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have friends. Are you worried about this next part of your life?
Yes.
Yeah?
I've lived in the Chicago area my whole life.
Where are you from originally?
Evanston. I was born here. I've lived in the same 2-mile radius.
That's wild.
So now I'm moving far away from home.
Did you actually get into Northwestern, or did you just show up?
A little bit of both.
I'm just kidding. No, wouldn't it be funny if he just keeps showing up, and then somehow, I would love for someone to do that.
No,
to just be I go here, yeah. Anyway, that's great. So you got this job. You're going to Mountain View.
Yeah.
And you've lived here your whole life, so this is good. You seem like you're willing to be a little vulnerable here, Ty. This is good. What are you concerned about next? Being away. What is that?
Being away, what to do with my time, especially in college. It's very much. There's always stuff to be doing, always classes to study for.
Yeah.
But now, after 5 p.m., what do I do?
That's a really good question. And are you living with other people who are engineers?
Yes.
Are they all working the same job?
They're doing software.
Software? So you're going to go to different places during the day and then probably come home at different times at night. And then at Northwestern, where have you spent your time? And just to give you more clarity, I talk a lot about places where you sweat, play, pray, live, learn, lead, love, and work.
Yeah.
So where have your places been at Northwestern?
I do all of that in Ford. This is the Ford Motor Company Engineering Design Center.
Wow.
They have a big shop. It's great for hands-on prototyping. Okay. So I've done most of my work in the shop.
So you spend hours. Can we go in the shop?
Yeah, we can go.
Wow. This is man, I tell you. Life is timing. I got so lucky. So this is whoa, damn, this is so cool. All right, I get way too excited about things like this. So this is where, I'll be quiet because I don't want anyone to accidentally get injured with my excitement. So tell me, what goes on in this particular area here?
There's a little bit of everything. Thereh woodworking, hi Sam, there's machining in the back, bandsaws, laser cutters, welding stations.
Okay.
It's anything you can want to build something.
So when you're in your building, are you doing it for an assignment, or are you just discovering and trying to invent?
A little bit of both. I have a lot of classes that are hands-on prototyping, manufacturing.
Okay.
But some of it I do for fun. Like, oh, I want to build a cool decoration for my apartment. I can do it in here.
What have you built?
I've built a Rubik's Cube table. It's a little bedside table.
Is it cool?
It is cool, yes.
Wow, what else?
Painted it. I've done welded spoon statues. So I grab spoons from the dining hall, I bend them to look like little humans, and then I weld them to be little statues.
Do you have a picture of any of those?
I do, yes.
Do you sell them?
I don't sell them. I give them out as gifts to friends.
Oh my gosh. How many people have gotten your welded, stolen spoon gifts? Did you buy the spoons?
I do. I started buying the spoons. So
okay, all right. Well, we'll clear that up because I made an assumption, Ty, and that was
something like this, so they can hold glasses.
Here, I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna do it. Look at that. That is cool, dude. You could sell these. They're so much fun. If you want to sell these, I'll promote it.
Oh, okay.
Do you like being? Are you an entrepreneur?
I could be with this spoon business.
And you know, I'm just like a fan of. I feel like everybody working for someone is great, but I feel like everyone should have the ability to make their own money.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that's a good point. If you can find an untapped market like spoon statues,
I mean, I think
people want it.
Right. It's funny because people will be like, "Oh, there's nothing I could do," but spoon statues. Mm-hmm. I actually think like that's my.
Really.
It's really cool. My son does this business. It's Eli's Vinyl, and he takes vinyl records, and he paints them and frames them, and it's become, you know, there's a whole art to it, and then he sells them, and he has a store, and he goes to art shows. He started doing it when he was like 14, and I was 20. Yeah, and it's like a whole business.
Wow.
But like you could do that. Like that's the thing. You can create your own space. So we were talking about things you could do in Mountain View after 5.
Mm-hmm.
And
I can spoon statue making.
Do you like doing that?
I do, yeah, it's fun.
What does you thought if this became like, but it's like, here's the thing, like if you do something like that and you like doing art and you are part of some art collective and you have a place to go, you get to meet people, then you get to see them do their shows. All of a sudden you have a community, there's a place to go, and you're meeting with really interesting dynamic people who, if you're in Mountain View, are probably doing really interesting things outside of their craft making.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like even walking through, they have street fairs. You know, I'm sure you've seen them. They're all over Chicago.
Yeah.
And those artisans, you don't have to do this. It's just like,
it's
just
fun
cool
to think about, yeah.
You know, it's like, I think that a lot of times, and this has been a theme that I've been coming across is, you know, I think a lot of times students, when they are at a school like Northwestern, there's a path. And there's certain things you do so that you are in a position to be wanted to perform certain functions. So a lot of the time you're spending is doing some things you want, but a lot of times doing things that other people want you to do in order to be qualified to get something. Would you agree with that? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this idea of having the freedom to want and do, and that's even what you're talking about, like what do I do after 5? Mm-hmm. It's like whatever you want.
And it's so rewarding and it's fun.
Yeah. Are you athletic?
Yes.
So do you play sports?
I'm about to play pickup basketball.
Oh, you got to go into that? Okay, cool. So you could play pickup basketball in Mountain View?
Sure, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll need to find a court.
I'm sure, like even if you, and it's like even if you walk around there, or if you start to ask people at work, are there a lot of younger people at your job?
No.
No, so older people? And do any of those older people have kids, you think, who are your age?
Maybe.
Yeah, but I think it's like even, and some of them are going to be athletic. Do you do other things other than pick up basketball? Like do you run or bike?
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Do that?
Yeah, hi Jacob.
You know Jacob. How do you know Jacob?
We're in the same capstone group.
Oh, nice.
We have a meeting at 4:45.
Oh, what time is it now?
4:47.
Damn, oh, it's late. Okay, you gotta go. What advice would you give to somebody who is starting college this year?
Don't be scared at first, because college could be a 4-year process, not a 1-week process. So if the first week isn't fun, then you have the rest of college to figure it out.
How long did it take for you to make the closest friends?
2 weeks.
Really?
The first week was good. Second week was great.
Hardest day in college?
Finals of my freshman year.
What happened?
I got a bunch of C's.
How'd you recover?
I then got a bunch of B's second semester.
Yeah, person who's had the most impact professor had the biggest impact on you?
Nick Marchuk.
How?
He's a robotics professor. I came to him with a big idea of what I wanted to do, and then he let me explore it, and I got a bunch of funding from the university because of him.
Amazing. And what is it that you would like to do, dream job?
Make spoon statues for a living.
Yeah. I know you gotta go. Can I take a picture with you?
Yeah, sure.
And then I'll tag you. I'm writing a book about going from college to career, and oh shit, my phone died. Tell me, just what is your last? Well, do me a favor. I'm at Harlan on Instagram, and if you follow me, great. If not, I'll if you want to follow me, I'll find you there. You can also text me. I can give you. I'm gonna give you. I got a number. It's like a Google Voice number. That's easy too. Or that. Okay. So this is me, and do you follow me? You do. Where's your handle? What's your?
My handle?
Yeah.
I have.
Which one will be? It's gonna be.
I've been at 23.
Okay.
So I have an Instagram of all my toys.
Oh, you do toys?
Yeah. So this is my Rubik's Cube table.
Oh, this is cool. I'll tag you in this, okay?
Cool.
Thanks so much, and you're cool with us being out there, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
And if I can help you in any way, I'm doing this book about college to career, and I'd love to know how you got your job.
Perfect.
So, well, you got to go.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Thanks so much. It was really nice meeting you.
Good meeting you too.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. Look at that. So this is the workspace, and that was so much fun. All right, man, this has been a blast. Thank you. What a day. What a day. I couldn't ask for more. We're going to end it with Ty. I hope you enjoyed this walk and talk at Northwestern University. I know I did. We met so many wonderful people, and we will continue the conversation. Thanks everybody for sharing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And I leave here just feeling touched, really moved. Really beautiful, beautiful day on a beautiful campus. And I look forward to being in your corner. We will continue to do more. Now I need to get some water. All right, man, have the best of everything. We'll do it again. All right.